Hey everybody, welcome back. What's going on? I thought tonight we could change it up, change it up entirely and play a game I've heard good things about called Norco. That is a visual novel puzzle type of game set in explicitly New Orleans or something close to it, and I've always been fascinated by New Orleans. Um, I don't know. Everything about it seemed kind of appealing. It's very different from the type of thing I usually stream, so we'll do a lot of reading and work our vocal cords out tonight. Um, I've never told you guys this, but I am illiterate and I just make up the words based on the pictures. So, we'll dumb. I think I should flip. I wonder if I had myself flipped before. One second, friends. There we go. This is definitely much better. Here. Is this comfier for us all? It's like I'm looking over. Well, I guess chat's over here, but I don't know. Having things inward in the screen seems to make more sense to me. Uh, I don't know. Let me know if I should change it back. Um, one quick prerequisite before we jump right in here. Okay. Uh, quick thing. Note on explicit language in games, because I feel sure we're gonna encounter some in here like we have in the past. I don't have any problem with swearing. It doesn't bother me at all. And among certain friends, yeah, it's not an issue to me. However, at home, I have small children in my house, and I don't want them hearing that kind of language if they wake up when I'm in here streaming. One, and also, as someone who has small children in the house who does not want them hearing that sort of language, I am drastically limited on the type of streams I can have playing in the background when my kids are around. So I've always kind of had a rule on the stream that like I don't swear just out of respect for my own kids, one, but also other people who might be watching who don't necessarily want random expletives shouted from the other room. Now, the other side of that is I really don't agree with censoring someone else's work. Um, so I kind of went back and forth on what to do in the case of a visual novel style game like this. So I think to satisfy both parties here, the explicit language will be on screen for everyone to read, and I'll continue to do my sort of substitute word skip over shenanigans I usually use to get out of it. But I've never really talked about why I've avoided swearing on stream and being so stubborn about it. So I figured I'd just go ahead and get that out of the way before we get started because I feel sure we'll encounter something along those lines. Anyway, that's enough rambling. Don't look at my username. Let's get into Norco. Let me know if anybody has problems with the audio or video. I put the CRT filter here. The shield hid the stars behind halogen and flame projected onto the sky every night. Norco, Louisiana. Also, I need to pay attention if I need to move myself. There was no such thing as silence. The noise never went away. The refinery exhaled an endless sigh. Choices abound. can't sleep without the sound. That seems more likely when you grow up. I've heard of people moving out to the country and having a lot of trouble sleeping with the noise of the bugs versus inner city. You often dreamed that the towers were cathedrals, that the swamps listened when you spoke, that the birds became radiant spheres while circling Norco's sky. You spent your adolescence sleepwalking between little devastating rituals. Though Blake pleaded, you decided to leave. Blake would probably get over it. He never did. You caught out on a grainer to Chicago and onward to the West Coast, thinking you'd never return. You wandered through the overlit suburbs of the vast American limbo. Thumbing down 99, you saw an old man crouched in a roadside ditch. He was mouthing your name. He had a familiar gaze. He was gone when you wiped the sleep from your eyes. This is... I don't like that. You spoke to Blake, learning of your mother's declining health, her insomnia, her erratic behavior. Oh, sad. You ignored the urgency in your brother's voice. You headed east. You threw your phone into the Rio Grande and joined the armies of the Mesa. For months, you were in the company of fugitives, sleeping in nuclear tunnels, repairing engines and weaponry. The war was a meme that set Albuquerque on fire. You escaped while the foot soldiers of a pop-up junta bloodied the parched land, while hiding in a freight liner. Pray, sleep, forget. I'll say I prayed. You held the cross around your neck and mouthed a prayer to God. 2 instances of mouthing so far. You called home from a landline in a motel somewhere beyond Texas. You knew from Blake's hello that your mother was already dead. You hung up, shouldered your bag, returned to the highway. 5 years had passed. You made your way back home. Act 1. Lowland Ghosts. Ooh, monkey. You awake from a delirious dream to find yourself in your childhood bedroom. Monkey watches you from the corner. Mind map. You are home again because your brother needs you. Because your mom died, right? You were traveling through the Midwest was what the dream indicated, but sure. Freight cars rattled in the cold dusk as you crouched on the grainer porch. Suburbs, fences, traffic, flat country, all passing for miles. Then what? You rode in the back of a van from Chicago to Des Moines. You stole a heater from Walmart and brought it to the poorly attended house show. Des Moines to Kansas City to Denver. Across the Rockies. Your friends went south and you were glad to be alone. You spent long nights on those highways in a terrible sleeping bag. Hey, what's up? Welcome to a strange departure. You were in California when the summer arrived. You recall the familiar smile on the face of the old man in the Central Valley ditch. Oh, does have a disturbing face. That smile burned its image into your mind. Okay, I guess I've just mapped out my dream. Yeah, I've wanted to get to this for a while, and according to How Long to Beat, it's a pretty short game, so I figured this would tie us over till we go into October. You finish thought. So this will also be an exercise in streamings. I've never done a visual novel type of game. What else can we do here? What books do we have? Among the books on the shelf is a slim volume called Crisis LARPing. Let's have a look. The proto-disaster tourism began almost as soon as the floodwaters left. Punks from across the country ventured into the Ninth Ward, Gentilly, St. Bernard, and finally the East. They curated a theatrical self-portrait of their lives in the ruins. The aesthetics of disaster were central to that emerging milieu. It began to percolate into popular culture. Collapse became the zeitgeist. Wise investors recuperated the experience of disaster. New Orleans became a plastic dystopia, a marketplace for crisis. Lovely reading. I assume Million has been keeping the plants alive. Monkey? Monkey. Oh, very close. Monkey, your best friend, a childhood gift. You spoke with him often when things got difficult, but then you left. He sat here for 5 years collecting dust. 5 years. His eyes fill with anger as he challenges you to return his gaze. Starting contest part 1, glyphs. Glyphs will appear and flash a pattern. Match the pattern to meet Monkey's gaze. Ready. Okay. I thought we were just doing reading. I didn't know this was coming. I wasn't sure if I had that right or not. You successfully meet Monkey's gaze with a cool assurance. However, his expression is unchanged. You stare more intensely. Starting contest part 2, rings. Circles will appear over Monkey's eyes. An outer ring will shrink to the perimeter of the circle. Click the circle and the outer ring locks into place. Okay. Oh. Your stare was no match for Monkey's. I didn't know it's coming in so fast. Okay, okay. I'm ready. I can do this. Did I accidentally double click? I think I'm... Oh. You have to actually... Okay. I get it. I didn't expect it to start while the countdown was occurring. Anger melts from Monkey's face. Take Monkey. You drape Monkey over your shoulder. Oh. Here's our party now. Ditchman. Wait. Smile of the man who crouched in the ditch of the highway revisits your mind. His head was smudged with Wednesday ashes, and mascara ran from his eyes. Okay. Cool January air spills through the open window. Commuter traffic glints along Apple Street as a pair of wrens weave out of the overgrown lot next door. What's this? Oh. That's the menu. What's up here? Flyer from a show your friend put on a few weeks before you left town. Hey, what's up, Cress? How's it going? Fight broke out while one of the opening bands played. I got whipped in the face with a bike chain? That's way more exciting. You still have a scar above your left eye. After the show, you and Blake walked the river back to Norco. You watched the sunrise over the grain elevators. What else? I guess the laptop's the obvious thing here. Monkey stares at you and you stare at Monkey. Keep staring. He stares with more intensity until his gaze passes through you. You become invisible to him. Little circles of light pool into the doll's tired eyes as they watch the infinite space beyond your being. The air that hangs between your eyes and his is a vacuum of Utter stillness. You look away. Oh, man. He killed me in the cutscene. The laptop your parrain gifted you idles on a shoddy particle board desk. Does anybody know this word? Am I the dummy here? Wake laptop. As the screen illuminates, you notice that the signal in the house is dead. No internet. Looks like Blake was using the computer at some point. He left a browser tab open. It's a matter of cybersecurity. We've got to check. We got a message board. A cool photo. Modbot. I guess anything links out. Alright. What's this? Oh, the world map. This is such a cool view. Like True Detective vibes. Shield oil refinery. Sprawling Shield industrial complex. Long ago it was a plantation land, cheap and abundant along the Mississippi River. The refinery grew in stages, slowly displacing surrounding neighborhoods. Chemical annex came online later. Children of the enslaved became neighbors of this machine. Carbon and alloy and stainless steel. Among the columns sits the catalytic cracking unit that rocked the town. The webwork crosses high and low, over and under traffic and water and concrete, like veins, like gossamer, like neural circuitry. Everywhere, metal holiday, probing the river's expanse. Coded patterns of warm sodium and cold LEDs winking, thinking, knowing. Something to decipher in all that Norco light. I remember blue. You only think that you do. When he died, part of her did too. We're just rhyming? This must be back to my house. Shield is an oil refinery. Shield Gulf South is a regional subsidiary of Transnational Oil Empire that holds a large share of leases in the Gulf of Mexico and refines crude oil right here in Norco. Chemical Annex sits on the side of the town on the other side of town from the refinery. Produces the feedstock for plastic consumer products. Shield owns half the town. Shield. Finished thought, I guess. Blue. It's a vague memory. You don't remember Blue, only things he left behind. Photographs, cologne, tools, the name your mother kept. Even the pictures that have survived are too faded to make out. Okay. Well, maybe that's like the overall progress for tracking. Your grandfather's statue of the Virgin Mary sits in the shadows along the crawl space of the house. Your mom fed the neighborhood strays. They must be hungry. Let's head back inside. Like we're... This is the living room. Bedroom, kitchen. Family photo album. Yellowing pages of disposable photographs. Your grandfather, a peculiar look on his face, impossible to read. Your mom staring at Blake through the obscure lighting. He's dressed as a vampire, tugging at someone's waist, pleated khaki shorts. Photo labeled Duck. Scene of a barbecue on the lakefront. The man at the center points playfully at the camera. His face is obscured. Turn the page, and there's Blue, your father, though you've never thought of him that way. An easy smile on his face. Canister of dip shoved into his front pocket. You set the book aside. A letter from Shield Oil sits atop the stack of mail. Dear neighbor, please be advised there will be elevated flaring at the site of our number 5 stack near Good Hope on the evening of Thursday, March 19th. This will pose no health risk to residents. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact blah blah blah. You peruse the titles on the bookshelf. Isn't peruse one of those words that gets like misused very often? Hold on. Quick tangent. Yeah, I feel like people use peruse in this way a lot to say, like, glancing over a large quantity of material. But the actual definition is to read typically in a thorough or careful way. I don't know. I feel like most people aren't using it in that sense. Western margin of the lake. Many tragedies have come to pass along the western margin of Lake Pontchartrain, which is how you pronounce that wild word, by the way, for non-Southerners. The unnamed hurricane of YW9D left the settlements of Fernier and LaBranche in a state of unrecognizable destruction. Those who survived did so by clinging for their lives to the limbs of the cypress trees. Fables and secrets of those communities lie with the bones now scattered in the sediment of the lake. Fence line diaspora. In the end, we decided to leave Dimes. It wasn't the cat cracker or the smells or the fear for our children's health that drove us away, though they played a part. Truth be told, it was the media attention. Spokespeople and activists and academics and all this. I was done with it. I was done being a poster child, done being thought of as a victim. I wanted my experience to be my own, not something to gawk at or dissect in a laboratory. Photo of your mom holding Blake as a baby on a beach in Pensacola, Florida. It's winter. You stand beside them, bundled up and laughing as a gust of wind rakes the beach. The sky is bone white. Memories of sleepless nights, your mom sitting here staring through the window. There was a tension in her demeanor, as if you were interrupting something urgent, an obligatory task. You'd continue to the kitchen with no words exchanged. This is more hopeful. Many of them you don't remember. I feel like anytime I get off the rails, it's because I don't remember. What? Your mom's unfolded laundry. Huge. An old defective flat screen that your mom never bothered to bring to the curb. You turn on the television. Chaotic distortion of your mother's memories flash before you. Let's tune in. Change the channel. Whoa. Traffic. I don't know what I'm looking at here. Okay, that's enough of that. What else? To the kitchen. Oh. Go to the attic or the backyard from here. Discovered so many dead cockroaches in this microwave over the years that it's discouraged you from using it. For several months, a dead baby cockroach was stuck between the clock's display and the protective screen, blocking the hour. That is too real. Blake finally shook the microwave aggressively enough that the roach fell into the guts of the machine. I used to live in an apartment that had a roach infestation. Your mom's painkillers are spilled across the counter. Backyard. Let's check out the attic. You're always frightened of the laundry room. If you say so. It used to be much more clutter up here. You imagine your mom gave it away as the end approached. An elephant doll is creepy looking. My neighbor's dog is disturbed. Okay. Let's check out the backyard. Oh! Towers of the refinery wink in a subtle and familiar rhythm. Motorcycle. An old, disused motorcycle with extensive rust and wear. Hello. Million sits in her characteristic slouch, lost in thought. Her carapace has taken on the rusted and weather-worn quality of the rest of the machinery in the yard. You recall the night your mom showed up with her. You and Blake stayed up past dawn, poring over pirated API docs. Her ragdoll mass was slumped on the floor as you wrote the routing procedure. I wonder if such memories hide behind her constellation of eyes. The robot regards you casually. Million. Okay, you're awake. I have a name. Best sleep in years. Sound of the refinery always did help you sleep, didn't it? In any case, I'm certain I was no help. She gestures towards the motorcycle at the edge of the carport. I was turning over the engine on that bike to test the coils. It was quite noisy, but they're in good shape now. All I need is a fuse, and we can use it to get around while I finish repairing the truck. I heard the phone ringing inside, but I had my hands full. Where can I get a fuse? The gas station just up the road has them, but you may have to persuade Troy to let you in. Expecting a call? Many people have been calling since Catherine died. Your brother is usually the one to answer the phone, but I don't know where he went off to. Where he could be. I give Blake a hard time, but he did more to care for your mother during her final days than anyone else. It's been difficult for him. He deserves some time away from the house. Why would so many people be calling? Your mother left behind a lot of loose ends. From what little I know, I gather she was conducting research for a client in Fat City. I sense that many people would like to acquire that data. I'm unaware of where she has hidden it. Perhaps Blake knows its whereabouts. Who would want the data? Your mother spent her entire life researching this town. She knew histories that others have forgotten. History has a lot of value in this place. Haven't a clue. These aren't things she discussed with me. As the cancer spread, she became more guarded with her research. I took her knowledge for granted. Your mother had a lot to teach, but she wasn't always the easiest person to get along with. Anyway, that's all. Okay. Gotta get a fuse. Disintegrating crab net. Blue taught your mom how to make these, and your mom taught you. In the summers, you'd bike to the suction before sunrise, tie chicken necks to a net, submerge it, and nurse your coffee while waiting for a bite. It sounds exactly how I spent my mornings. This truck was your grandfather's. You remember riding in his lap while he let you steer. The dead wasps that collected behind the seat, the smell of grease, whiskey, and nicotine. You and Blake would drive the truck into New Orleans on the weekends. No AC, windows down. The rattling chassis was deafening going 75 on Interstate 10. Million has been slowly repairing the vehicle since your mom's death. Dude, Million's cool looking. Front yard. We gotta go to the gas station. You observe the weathered concrete and flaking paint on the statue. The face is especially deteriorated, framed by a system of cracks. You run your hands along the deteriorating contours of the statue. It snaps off as if by design. Behind the statue's face hides an odd assemblage of electronics carelessly soldered together. At the center of the electronic configuration is what appears to be a card reader. I have no card. but good to know. 3 times this house is flooded. First flood is barely a memory. Placing your feet on drenched carpet, your mom and grandfather ripping out sheetrock. Sitting in a small RV in the backyard, setting dolls on a cluttered table. Whoops. Second flood. You were 14. The pumping station failed during a heavy rain. You were in class watching the clouds move upriver. You got a text message from your mom. Stay in Destrehan. I'll come get you. For 2 weeks, you shared a hotel room with your mom and Blake. She spent all her days gutting the house. In the evenings, you would sometimes help. Another pump failure. Your mom hired contractors with the insurance money. She said she was getting too old for it. You were bitter. You blamed her for not selling the house sooner. You stayed with friends in New Orleans. Fourth flood. The fourth flood will follow a slow hurricane, and it will be a calamity. It will leave the entire region submerged as critical levees breach. There will be a massive blackout that lasts weeks. Much of the sewerage infrastructure will be damaged beyond repair. The embattled federal government will do nothing to assist. It will bankrupt the region. Small militant enclaves will form along the high ground of the Mississippi River. They will take to piracy and hijack commercial shipping vessels. Private mercenary forces will retaliate in kind. Slowly, industry will flee this hot zone. The old river control structure will collapse from neglect and sabotage. The Mississippi River will again change its course. Norco, an old abandoned refinery town on a ghost of a river. Your house will be squatted and then razed. Am I speculating that this is what's coming, or birds? 3 crows eye you from the power line. That's always a good omen. To the street. Padu PI. Padu Private Investigators. We snoop for you. The turtle. He crawled out the trash can. Don't touch him, see? He's dirty. No, he's not. Turtles are always clean. They live in water. Trash water is not clean. Let's go. Just let me stare a little longer. He's pretty. Apple in third. Snowball stand is closed for the winter. Wait, so it's a PI firm on this side and a snowball stand on the other? The lights are on at Padu Private Investigators. You knock, but no answer. Okay, we can go to the Floodgate Tavern or Dimes Discount. What's at the discount store? This is where we get the fuse, right? A film crew is set up along River Road. Several floodlights illuminate a gruesome murder scene. 2 men stand pensively above a corpse. Let's get involved. As you near the set, a small, energetic man jumps from his chair. Attention, can't you see we're trying to shoot here? What are you filming? It's a detective drama called None of Your Business. Any other questions? Sounds cool. Keeping up, and it's going to be. Hey, you know what? Wait a second. You from around here? Yes. We could use some cultural expertise, you might say. We're filming a Bayou cop drama with all these... And all these knuckleheads are from LA. An actor on set turns towards the director. Told you, Kevin, I'm from Texas. Oh, that's right, Noah, I forgot. Your Harvard-educated daddy bought a boutique ranch outside Austin. Well, that doesn't make you a cowboy, hoss. Now shush up before you scare off the yokel. Director returns his attention to you with a mild look of disgust. Help us out, will you? This script needs some work. What do you say? Absolutely. Great. Noah, get over here so you can learn something from this stupid redneck. The actor smolders. He whispers under his breath, I'm a redneck. I know you're a redneck, a real salt-of-the-earth kind of guy. But as luck would have it, we came across an even dumpier hayseed than you, okay? So just take a knee. Alright, anyway, we need some good slang. What do you call a villain? A bad apple? A lowlife? Let's sabotage this production. This guy seems like a jerk. Bad Daddy is hilarious, but crawfish... Yeah, crawfish devil. Wow. Now that is some spicy Louisiana slang. Did you get that, Noah? Write it down. Crawfish devil, that's good. Sultry. Who says that? No one says that. No one at Juilliard says it. We're down here in the muck. Been hearing all kinds of people say it down here. It just slipped my mind. Great. That's settled. One more thing. What's a more regional way of saying to murder, to kill? Slather them with the oyster-flavored peanut butter. That seems like a little much. Send them home with the roosters. You maintain severe eye contact. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Sounds raw. Sounds real. Remember it, Noah. Home with the roosters. Well, I'm satisfied. Crawfish devil. Sent another poor bastard home with the roosters. Sends shivers down my spine. I seriously have to repeat this. This is how real people speak, Noah. How people talk outside Silver Lake, you understand. Real people are out here saying weird, gross things all the time. So memorize that line, because that line is going to win me a Golden Globe. Oh, the director half remembers your presence. I'm pretty good at sourcing talent, aren't I? I always had a knack for it. I guess I owe you one. If you ever need anything, talk to somebody else on set. Just don't bother me, I'm busy. Now get lost. Probably successfully took care of that. Freight loader's being repaired on the Batour Woods over the levee. I don't know that word either. So many evenings spent watching traffic pass this gas station. Little has changed. The neighboring business still sits abandoned. The surrounding streets are quiet and empty. Well, well, well. Look who's back. Whoa! Now that's a crawfish devil right there, boys. What happened? A carnival forget you beside the road? And you even brought your little dog. Oh my god, I forgot I was walking around with Monkey. That's cute. Appeal to sympathy? My impression is that Kay is a girl. Yes? I feel like I should be trying to make peace here. Oh, I am. You're not that stupid, are you, Catherine? She's too valuable. They'd never let her die. If anything, she's probably vacationing on a hard drive somewhere. Wait, what? You're trolling me about my dead mom now? Trolling? You're so sensitive, can't say nothing around you. Your mom was excavating all along the rim of the lake. She used to pay me to help from time to time, matter of fact. She needed somebody smart, somebody vigilant, somebody like me. Especially with S.H.I.E.L.D. snooping around. Seen some wild stuff out there in them swamps with Catherine. What kind? I won't bother telling you, but it might hurt your brain. You know, this ain't story time. Letting you in this gas station. The company that runs this dump did me dirty. They swapped me with an ATM machine for speaking truth. Ain't letting nobody through till I get an apology, very least. How is this my problem? Don't patronize me with your weak pity. You really want to get through, go get me some of them pills your brother was selling. That might persuade me. Fight? Shuffle off then. Okay, well I know where to get pills from. A lone horse drinks stagnant water pooled along the river bank. A man sits on a pile of flotsam, his head buried in his canvas jacket against the sharp air. Hello, stupid horse. The man's gaze stays fixed on the opposite bank of the river, never turning to you nor the horse. Yeah? He spits on the dirt at his feet. You know what all they dump in that water? Hell of a cocktail. He spits again, wiping a string of mucus onto his sleeve. What you out here for, anyhow? Ain't you heard they got a criminal on the loose? Bringing the law around here, making things harder for the rest of us. Best be sharp, young one. Some kind of grave. The memorial languishes in the river mud. A 2x4 cross, plywood plaque, cairns of pulverized concrete, sprayed haphazardly onto the plywood as a remembrance. Here passed the brave freedom fighters of January XW11, whose cries of liberty echo through the generations. In much smaller lettering, a different hand scratched "fake" across the bottom of the plaque. Alright. Let's go back to Apple Street and check out the tavern. Floodgate Tavern. Many shield workers gather here after their shifts. It's closed. Should be open later in the evening. Alright. Anything new here? We have no Troy. What's Duck? An old friend of your mom's. Blue. Pops Pierre. Your grandfather. Peter Pops Pierre Melancon. Passed away when you were a teenager. He seemed to court controversy, though as a child you never understood why. Okay. Alright. Back to the kitchen. How do I walk to the kitchen from here? Or maybe I have to use this little mini-map that's like behind my head. I don't know how well. I wonder if I should move myself over to the other side. You pocket your mom's pills. Oh, I have an inventory now. Your mom's painkillers. Okay. I guess you have, like, I don't, my head's in front of it, but there's like this little node map down here for walking between areas. I'm gonna fix this real quick so we don't have this shimmer constantly. Highlight sounds like the keypad on the door. Oh! This one? Yeah. My bad. The jump scares coming in. Got me them pills. Only way you're getting through. I feel like this guy probably has a Cajun accent, but I don't think I could maintain that. Smart move. I'll let you cross the picket line this time, bunk. Alright. Manual price scanner. When people build these games, I always wonder what kind of decision making goes into choosing what thing you can look at that has like a non-description on it. Dusty bags of dog food line the shelf. Protein bars, bubblegum, breath mints, taffy, etc. Fuses, that's what I need. Fuses on the shelf. Grab a fuse. The kiosk speaks. This looks like the face of Yahweh from Shin Megami Tensei. I detect that you have merchandise in your possession. You must remove any unpurchased items from your backpack and scan them in order to exit the store. A little presumptuous. Drag it from the menu to the... Oh, I guess I did put it in my backpack. It's no effect. Oh, the price scanner, right. You scan the fuse. Thank you for your purchase. The disembodied, illuminated head of the kiosk levitates silently in the browser's tab. Good evening, how may I help you? You know that Troy guy outside? Thank you for your inquiry. I'm forwarding it to Perilou & Sons LLC. Perilou & Sons LLC has declined to respond to your inquiry. Why did he get fired? American Discount Southeast Incorporated prides itself on its outstanding mentorship and jobs training program. American Discount Southeast Incorporated works to ensure that each franchise location provides opportunities for career growth. At American Discount Southeast Incorporated franchise locations, we leverage automation and machine learning technologies to enhance the lives of all employees. To apply for a position at any American Discount Southeast Incorporated franchise location, please visit American Discount SC-ADSE today. I am a Discountware, a distributed cloud-based operating system for American Discount Southeast Incorporated, semantic version number 16.3.3. The owner of this franchise is Perilou & Sons LLC. Discountware is licensed to Perilou & Sons LLC via the standard American Discount Southeast Incorporated licensing agreement. How do you like your job? I proudly perform the routine maintenance operations and procedures of 227 American Discount Southeast Incorporated franchise locations across the Southeast region. American Discount Southeast Incorporated is a model company awarded for excellence in business, community service. Thank you for inquiring about American Discount Southeast Incorporated. I'm good. Well, legalese is on point. Back home, we got the fuse. Let's make progress. Home. To the backyard. Yeah, I can go here. Do I need to give the fuse to you, or can I just put it in myself? I guess we have to give it to the robot. Here you go. You got the fuse. Good. We'll be able to use the bike to get around till I'm done with the truck. It concerns me that Blake still hasn't returned. He's been spending a lot of time at Sarpy Paperbacks lately. Perhaps we should look for him there. Yeah, let's go. That's right. Whoa! How come I got a ride on the back? The sky bleeds a color you knew as a child. Airline highway passes beneath your feet. Million has joined your party. Interact with party members by clicking their portraits in the party menu. Just thought they might be able to help. This is pretty. Home. Dimes. Floodgate Tavern. Sarpy's way over there. Okay. Million shouts over the wind. The bike runs so much better now. You can use it to get around during your visit. What's it been like around town? Shields has been expanding since you left. Catherine took your grandfather's boat to the lake to investigate reports of construction in the swamps along the shoreline. She assumed it to be unpermitted shield activity. She was unable to find any evidence of it. However, it was clear that she found something during that investigation. What was it? I don't know. Perhaps you do. Thinks she found something. I've known Catherine for a long time. Her behavior changed. In any event, something drew her to the lake in the months before her death. I know where Blake could be. Spent much of his time at Sarpy Paper Books. Yep. How's he been? The year that you left, Blake became uncontrollable. His behavior troubled Catherine deeply. He was beginning to remind her of your grandfather. After he was expelled from Destrehan, he began running drugs into the parish. He made himself many enemies. He put those things behind him after her illness, but now that she's gone, I'm uncertain what to expect. Sorry for leaving. Yeah, we'll own it. Blake took it very personally, but your mother understood. She always wanted you to experience America while you could. You take it personally? No. How have you been? I'm always the same, Kay. Always the same. Bad or good? Sounds zen, perhaps. Anything changing here? Oh, we're building a web. Interesting. I guess we just ride till we click to go to the place. Yeah. Driver. The young man leans against his station wagon while scrolling idly on his phone, his silhouette darkened by the fluorescent glare of the payday lender's sign. Started doing this rideshare thing a few weeks ago. Kinda hate it. Pay is terrible. Spending hours a day making small talk is melting my brain. Nearly broke an axle driving over a pothole in Hollygrove. This is my grandpa's car. If I trash it, he'll kill me. Have anyone interesting? There's all types around here. Some guy drove to the middle of the swamp. It was like 2 in the morning. He asked me to wait. He got out, took off his clothes, jumped in the bayou, came back up a minute later with a bag, toweled off, got back in. Found that to be pretty weird, I don't know. I mean, that's typical Louisiana activity. And a while back, I drove some lady out to the medical district. She was an odd one. Seemed kind of sick, asked me all kinds of questions. Do I ever pick up random signals on the radio? Weird stuff like that. Just all types. Sounds like my mom. I mean, Kay's mom. 2 teens nod and gesture excitedly while bouncing between topics. Where this dog came from? I don't know, she's been sitting here for a while. You seen her eyes? Them eyes are something, Brett. Stocky pit bull with piercing green eyes watches the horizon with a neutral demeanor. I don't care for pit bulls. As you reach down to pet the dog, she shows her teeth and growls softly. Respect. I will leave you to it. Your mom used to come here to dig through the stacks. Among the heaps of used romance novels and westerns, she always managed to find some occult artifact. The owner is also the landlord. You imagine that's the only way he manages to keep a place like this running. Over the years, they've experimented with other revenue-generating schemes. For a while, you could get your phone repaired here. Then they tried selling vape cartridges, then kratom, then anime wall scrolls. Lucrative. LSU yard ornaments after that. You remember seeing online that they were trying to do some kind of acupuncture thing. In the end, the schemes always fail, and only the paperbacks remain. Ooh, nice cat. I wonder how anyone can read in this dim and cluttered bookshop. As your eyes adjust, you see Blake's childhood friend, Erica, waiting behind the counter to greet you. Kay? And Million, when'd you get back to town? Been in Norco for quite some time. Perhaps you're misremembering, Erica. Weird, I guess so. But anyhow. Kay, you're looking rugged these days, old friend. It's an intense scar above your eye. Oh, my lies do have a visceral effect. Got it before I left town. And the minute you return, you're right back in the mix, huh? Heard you ran into Troy. That guy, my god, he's such a clown. I was keeping up with your travels online, but I haven't seen you post in a while. I have so much to tell you. I can only imagine. I'd love to grab a drink and hear all about it. For what it's worth, things have been eventful around here as well. Floods, fires, gunfights out in the lake. Rarely a dull moment these days. And of course, your mom was always in the mix. I'm convinced she never slept. I'd be driving in late from the city and swear to God I'd see her alongside Airline. She'd have a headlamp on, dredging trash out in the borrowed ditch. Up until the very end, she never let her illness stop her. I'll miss the hell out of that woman. Same. You and your brother have been living in my heart since I heard the news. I know you weren't always on the best terms with your mom, but she loved and admired you. She talked about you constantly. I think it used to make Blake upset. He felt like you were the favorite. He's absurd. He's a dweeb, but we still love him. You've seen him. Yeah, I saw him just yesterday. He hasn't been around the house. He has not. He said he was heading to Floodgate Tavern when I saw him. May have gotten wasted. Gus let him sleep behind the bar a couple of times. Did he know you were coming, Kay? You never mentioned it. Surprise him. Sure he'll be relieved to see you. He's been resisting help, but he needs it. If I hear from him, I'll tell him to find you. Crouton! So this here is the illustrious Crouton. We found him behind the dumpster out back licking cardboard. Whatever you do, don't try to pet him. He's a devil. I've got scars all over my hands from this kid. Why? Like, man, a good cat in a bookstore, it's just peak. It elevates it every time, I swear. You scan the titles on the shelf. Don't be a vampire. Pick the slim, self-published paperback from the shelf and flip to a random page. Another dark and lonely night spent in this cavern of despair, hidden from the daylight. Blackout curtains are all that defer my eternal death. Thought being a vampire would be sexy, but it's not. It's awful for your skin. I look pathetic. Also, blood tastes like bong water. Didn't think it'd be like this. That's Good Hope Cemetery easement. Carbon copy of a document authored by the St. Charles Parish Planning Committee. The document outlines the parish's intentions to secure a roadway through a 90-meter stretch of the Shield Industrial Complex. This easement would allow the descendants of those entombed to visit the Good Hope Cemetery. The grave sites are currently surrounded on all sides by the refinery. Good luck finding Blake. Probably a long night at the bar. Okay. Oh. I do hope Erica is correct in that Blake's absence is due to nothing more than another drunken night. My intuition leaves me with a sense that something is wrong. You feel it too, Kay. Something feels strange to you. I have no barometer for normality in this universe. It all feels a little strange. This is pretty. Several weeks ago, Greater New Orleans Neural Versioning Clinic. What brings you here tonight? On the record for my children. Oh, I'm Catherine, no. I don't want to leave my kids alone. They may still need me. Understand. You were referred by Mr. Richard. Duck. That's what everyone calls him. Yes, Duck. We followed his branch with some interest. Who hasn't? Together we'll be discussing this in more detail as things progress. For now, let us begin with a simple exercise. I'd like to talk about your earliest memory. It's of pine trees, yes? That's right. Tell me about them. They grew from the concrete and cracked the driveway. Concrete broke into pieces. They made your father upset. He'd see them and frown. but he'd remain silent. He'd sit quietly in the truck, dissatisfied. I wouldn't say a word. Speaking in those moments made you a fool in his mind. Your father's house was safe or suffocating? It feels like the universe is a little more negative, but I don't know why I keep getting drawn to the more positive responses. Counterbalance. Juxtaposition. I wish I could have stayed, but he wouldn't have it. And that's why you married Blue. Yes, to have somewhere to go. We bought our little place on Good Hope Street. The whole thing was a mistake. When I told him I didn't love him, it was in my father's voice. I told him I never loved any man. Was it true? No. It was a difficult night for you. It didn't feel real. Where was Blue? He sat at the window all night. The east-facing window? Yes. When you stood over him to apologize, you saw the flare stack of the refinery in his eyes. Yes? Okay, we can save or delete. I'd like to save the pine trees. Pine tree eye window. How was it after that, in the time before he died? We circled each other in wide orbits. I'd hide at the center of the house nursing Kay and only leave when I heard him step out. He'd sleep on the couch or next to her crib. He'd sing her old Cajun lullabies, pet her head, whisper to her about his life. And then there was the explosion. When the cat cracker blew, they say he fell 5 stories. We went to identify his body on Thursday night. I remember the tempo of the streetlights. The police scattered across the East Bank. Carried Kay in a blanket. She never cried. Does order matter here? I don't know. Guess we'll just keep saving them. Whoa. Tell me about this man. I see him from time to time around Norco. It was many years back, but several weeks ago, Blake saw someone passing by the house. I think it was him. Why? I just do. The robot is no longer there to deter him. Million? Yes. Could be it. What was your first encounter with Million? Let me think about it. She came to me in the parking lot. Kay was about 12 years old at the time. She knew Blue from his days at the aluminum factory. I stared for a long time into her constellation of eyes. They swirled in a kind of desperation. I took her home knowing it was another mistake. You were reckless in those days. I welcomed any trouble I could find. What is the significance of this image to you? It's... well, I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. The sphere. It followed me in the lake. When? Recently, a few weeks ago. This is where Mr. Richards' branch factors into your biography. Duck's version escaped. Hard fork, an extremely rare instance, and grew into some kind of monster. It began speaking to me through the radio. It told me to install an app. An app? Yes. I think it has something to do with the thing, the sphere, whatever it is. So long as it pays, I don't care. I can use the money. The app pays? Yes. I see. It seems this is the last control point that you submitted. Would you like to include any additional thoughts or memories, anything not included on the intake form? No, that should be enough. I will now begin disconnecting the sensors. Slight feeling of nausea and disorientation is normal and no cause for alarm. Thank you for your patience, Miss Madeir. Or Mataray? I don't know. Whoa. I like that move. Ma'am? Ma'am, are you okay? My eyes are just playing tricks on me, I guess. Vertigo and visual distortion are common side effects of a versioning session. Shall I contact our on-call physician? No, it's fine. Very well. Last name? It's Madere. First name, Catherine. One moment. Your head drive is fully synced. You have chosen our silver tier. Your product does not come pre-installed with adware blocking services and is provided as is without warranty. You're eligible for a free sync anytime before the new year. Thank you for choosing the Greater New Orleans Neural Versioning Clinic for your cognitive versioning needs. No idea what Super Duck wants from me. Better check my phone. Super Duck. Wallet watch? There's our conversion rate from US dollar to quacks. Quack job. Case picker. Messenger. This is from when Kay was in Arizona. Uncle Chip. And a wild duck. Oh, super is different from a regular duck. My direct. Oh. Our medical bills piling up. This doesn't seem inflated at all. I think this is just how medical expenses work in the US now. Love it. Perdido Street. Oh, wait. Can I accept a quack job? It says here I need to go to the Curious Duck. We've got MFA established. Good. The Curious Duck is the nearest rendezvous point. This is the Bitcoin alternative. The Interstate Expressway traces a scar down Claiborne Avenue from east to west. The ridge cuts east through the Trim and the 7th Ward, like places whose stories should be forgotten, left behind in haste. Pillars still tell those stories beneath the interstate. East above the industrial canal, the moldering strip malls, the narrowed expanse of the lake, the shrimp boats that prowl the black marble waves. Man, sometimes it gets real flowery, the language. East through Mississippi and the winter weeknight darkness, and onward to Florida, where it terminates. West is the suburbs that Catherine calls home. West is the concrete expanse that breaks clean and sharp at the St. Charles Parish line and gives way to the cypress swamps. Tupelo crowns spire above the overpass, silhouetted by the unnatural glow that leads to Norco. Billboard. The uncanny smile of personal injury lawyer Alexander Shannara is who should be up there. Martin Smart hangs above Interstate 10. His eternally coiffed hair clings desperately to his head. His hallmark blood-red tie catches the eyes of drivers speeding east, just a click away. One call, that's all. Where can we go now? to the overpass. Puppet theater. It's taking forever to start. I'm starving. Been to any of these yet? No, what is it? Puppet show. They always start late. I told them I'd help load the gear, so I'm stuck until it's over. Stomach's gonna eat itself. Sad Keanu looking dude. Newly finished Art Deco structure glows beyond the overpass. They turned Charity Hospital into art loss. Disgusting. Makeshift puppet theater. The curtains are closed. Maybe I'll come by later to see what it's about. Ooh, the French Quarter. Nice. Well, ho, ho, ho. Santa's eyes roll wildly in their deep sockets. His mouth twists into a smile. How are you, dear? Got $1 to spare. Help spread some Christmas cheer. Where does the money go? What are you raising money for? Something very benevolent. Like a food bank, or... Yes. Yes, a food bank? A food bank. Veterans, animal shelter. Who cares? Just give me the $1. It's my last one. Going back on your word, are you? I'm about to earn more, I guess. Yeah, whatever. Just take it. Okay, that's fine. I'll take it. You'll take it. Thank you. I do what I can. Hopefully that charitable act will generate some positive karma for me and not be a total waste. But probably not. And that is why Marie Laveau opened a t-shirt and camera shop on Royal Street. Jazz Fest, Dad? That's not scary at all. I paid for a ghost tour. We're just gonna walk around looking at t-shirt shops. I want my money back. This is a farce. What kind of tour guide are you? Well, technically I'm not one, but excuse me. My roommate is. And where is he? Long story. Came all this way because the website said it'd be fun. Dude, I like round glasses. Look at this guy. He's a real one. I'm having an alright time. The city was supposed to be enchanting. Anyone trying to score some Molly? I hate New Orleans. It's not too far off the mark. There's the duck. Wait, Oogles? This guy's name is Beard. Hey ma'am, you got anything to spare? I gave my last $1 to Santa Claus. Santa. You gave sketchy Santa your money? His sign says he's raising money for veterans. Last night it was leukemia, the night before it was for something else. Respect the grift, but he stole our corner. We need help. I don't doubt that, considering he tried to kill us. Yeah. With a knife. Wow. It was dull, so it just bruised a little. Are you okay? Be a lot better if I had another drink. Jeez. A hot dog vendor sits behind a large plastic cart. He looks up eagerly as Catherine approaches. Oh, hey, hi! He watches Catherine with a silent grin. So this is... I'm Flannelass? And these, he makes a grand sweeping gesture above the pot of vague meat, are my hot dogs. Would you like one? Sure. I'm dying anyway. Really? You're buying a hot dog? That's fantastic. That's great. You seem a bit surprised. It's just been a while since I've gotten some business. Been a little slow. Haven't ordered new dogs in a while. But these are old dogs. Nothing to worry about. They keep well. How old? Business was popping. I was doing like really well back in YX2D. YX2D, that's nearly a decade ago. How do you like yours dressed? Tell you what, think I'll pass. I'll be here all night. Anything else I can help you with? There's a small plaque next to the door that says Curious Duck. This is the place. Door is locked. The case picker. Metairie Angels? Yeah, I don't know what that does. Install Quack Job. Setup multi-factor authentication. Done. Supposed to meet a contact here. How do I get in? Need to get inside the Curious Duck. Can't believe you gave Sketchy Santa $1 and not us. Change your mind? Getting hungry? Craving a dog? The door is locked. What's with this shop over here? I was told to come by, but the door is locked. Curious Duck? Rosie doesn't let anyone in unless they know the secret knock. Do tell. What is the knock? I can't say, sorry. It's urgent, please. Well, I do need some business. Alright, I'll buy one of these old dogs. You won't regret it. Doubtful how much. It's $14. Is that a joke? What a joke. Take wallet transfers, cash only. Oh my gosh. What if I send some business your way? Then I'll show you the knock. Fine, it's a deal. Okay. Back to the overpass. Oh. This guy's starving. Do you consider yourself an adventurous eater? If you like to live dangerously, there's a guy selling old hot dogs up the street. Sounds like a delicacy, always looking for ways to fortify my intestines. Show's getting started, I'll go grab one after it's done. Crowd has arrived to watch the show. Show's getting started, I should, I guess, take a seat, since he's not gonna move. Whoa. Gator farm. What's a gator voice? They just hiss. Deep in this cypress hollow I hide. I mourn this evening. My last child has died. They hang hooks from the trees with chicken thighs. They shoot bullets in our heads behind our eyes. It is a curse that I am the last to survive. I was once captured by a fisher fool who called me his own. He walked me like a dog along the sinking streets. He fed me strange plants and deli meats. He even covered me with blankets when I went to sleep. I left on the night of a monstrous flood. The fool has not rested a single night since. He stalks these bayous each night, hoping to see my eyes shine. He calls out a ridiculous name that was never mine. Tonight I will shine my eyes at him. I have a request. Kill the shrimp-catching man who killed my children. Remove his head. Bring me his skull. Do this, and you may again leash me like a dog. What? Hello, fisher fool. You've trolled this bayou for many nights. Here I am, the one you were trying to find. My child hangs dead across the lake. Bring me the head of the shrimp-catching man, the one who captured the small ones. Peel the flesh from his skull. Do this, and I'll be your dog again. This is not what I was expecting the puppet show to turn into. Oh, as you speed up, the light kind of cones inward. Ow. Oh my gosh. I'll lose the boat. Shrimper. Been a long time since I've seen anyone down this bayou. They all too frightened anymore. Biggest alligator ever to hunt this lake. She makes her den just across the way. She took my child from me. Buried him where I found him. Near where she stay. I visit the site daily, hoping I might catch her. She know better than to show her face. Or wanted to cut out that big skull of hers. Be something worth bragging on. It'd be a roadside marvel. There'd be money to make. See that rifle you're holding? What you say? I don't know. I don't really care for alligators. And I don't really care for ancient people either. What a terrible choice to make. I don't know. The gator asked first. We'll go in order. Or what's back here? I feel like this was the game that the Norco devs wanted to make. An alligator hangs dead from a meat hook fastened to the limb of a cypress tree. Okay, so for sure the gator was not lying. At least. But the shrimper may well have been. I wonder if I can see. Oh, that's kind of a dead end. Yeah, I don't see any grave site over here. You did my bidding, fisher fool, just like an obedient dog. Each day you held me captive, my patience drained. You'll not humiliate me again. Consider this your last mistake. Who could have seen this coming? It was either take orders from an alligator or take orders from a Cajun, so... I mean, I feel like I made the better decision. I relished the horror that struck the fisher fool's eyes. First took one limb, but left him alive. I made him crawl like a dog before he died. Well, it didn't go well for the fisherman, either way, but... What's the crowd think? They're discussing the show, so we can't listen in. Okay. Back to... I never went to City Hall. Skater? Man holding a skateboard scrolls on his phone. Hello, fellow skater. That is not the face of a skater. Beautiful night, huh? Lovely. Finally a cool front, which in New Orleans means it's dipped down to the 90s. Been waiting months for it. Come out here most evening, no one bothers around this time, unless you see a different side of the place. What do you mean? People pass through this building at night you'd never expect. You know, though, what do they call themselves? The Gregs? Garys? Can't remember the name. No idea. Kids that squatted at the Promenade Mall. They're obsessed with Kenner John? Nope. It probably wouldn't mean much to you, but anyhow, I see them come in and out of City Hall almost every night. I know it's them because my buddy Bruce got wrapped up in that stuff. Before you get initiated, they make you wear these goofy red polo shirts. And once you're a full Gary, whatever, you get to wear the blue polo shirt. Sounds like a joke, and it is. I don't think they realize it. Anyway, that's the kind of stuff I see around here at night. Why? And what are they doing here? Wish I had a clue. An armed security guard greets Catherine as she enters the building. He sits on a wooden stool next to a walk-through metal detector. Good evening, badge please. I left it at the house. There are no council meetings scheduled for this evening. You'll need an employee ID badge to enter. Tell me about the strange people coming through at night. I don't get paid to answer questions. Very helpful. Alright. Back to Hot Dog Man. Hey, hi! Thanks for sending some business my way. No problem, but we had a deal. Deal? You're supposed to show me the knock. Oh well, sorry, Rosie would be upset. Are you kidding? I sent you business. Show me the knock. That was the deal. Okay. But I'll only show you once, so here, listen. Did you get it? That was the secret knock? Very secret. So everyone knocks. Exactly. Who would suspect it? Catherine knocks on the door and hears the subtle sound of it unlocking. Got a point. Yeah. Technically. What is this place? Crouton. This cat looks familiar. Oh, it's the cat from the bookstore. Don't touch. Whoa, dude. The ball. Suppose you think you can come in here with your soft little hand and touch on my magic ball? Don't work like that, love. Now I gotta clean off the smudges. I see you've been eating French fries, greasy hands. Nasty. You must be one of them super duck people, always coming around here looking down at their cell phones. Greasy hands, terrible. The app said I should come here? The app. Yes, ma'am. Something not right about you, you a drughead. I'm sorry, is this the right place? It is. Just calm down, love, you made it. Dallas will tell you what's what. Go talk to Dallas. I called him when I heard you trying to break into the place. I love a racket you were making. Jiggling on the handle like you couldn't get a hold of it. Now I see why. Dallas will be right out in front. I don't got time to be babysitting you, now that I gotta clean up all this. Stains all over my ball. You even check your shoes before you came in? They're clean. Well, I know that's a lie. One last thing, that gemstone you got hanging from your neck, that thing ain't real. I know. Trashy. Can I touch the ball again? I said don't touch the ball. Mass-produced novelty voodoo dolls and tribal figurines clutter the display case. Novelty New Orleans themed t-shirts line the back wall. Dude, that's in every shop down there, I swear. Plastic simulacra of ceremonial masks hang on the wall. Overpriced selection of travel guides, cookbooks, and haunted histories of New Orleans fill the shelves. An odd jumble of Mardi Gras beads and other trinkets spill from the table. About what I'd expect. Unopened merchandise boxes are pushed to every corner of the room. Yeah, this is so accurate, it's unreal. I wondered if this was one of those things where, like, a dev from another country or area just chose the setting for its exotic nature, but whoever made this game definitely has been to New Orleans. Dallas. Guessing you're Catherine. That's right. Rosie debriefed you. Yes. Great. Quack Job should have a ticket with the information we need. No reason to stand around. Let's go. I'm just gonna play along with his pace. Me too. Checking the app and let's get moving. I earned .14 quack. Dallas joins the party. Only reason I ever come to the quarter is for work. Should we see how chatty he is? This all used to happen on Craigslist. Posts showing up the strangest things. I was bussing tables uptown, couldn't swing rent. Had a kid to feed, started responding to the listings. First one I ever did was steal a head drive. Broke into a man's house in Norco and stole it right out his office. Brought it to another house. People there were just like me. Just like you, how? Didn't know anything. Or just because of a post like I was. The house wasn't theirs. Nobody knew whose house it was. Plugged the head drive into a wall. He gave me some cash and I left. Alright, what do we do next? Yeah, now what? Check your phone. Quack ought to have the information we need. Receive orientation at Eagle Janitorial and Paper Supplies, Fat City. Okay. I don't know how to get to Fat City, but... Anything new from you, fella? This is pretty tasty. Thanks for the rec. I might get another one. Just wait for it, pal. You know where to find a bathroom around here. That's an accurate fear. Where can we go? Anywhere else to go from Perdido? No, just the clinic. City Hall. You can only go back to the overpass. And from here... The quack to US dollar conversion rate's pretty solid. Okay, order ride. Bet this is what we need to do. Eagle Wholesale. There we go. Okay. Because this is such a volume of reading, I'm good right now, but I'm going to preemptively take a quick break and refill my mint tea. It's helping lubricate. Just to rest things for a second. I'll be right back. Okay. Back. I think the only other like visual novel game I think I've ever played all the way through was Valhalla or VA Hall A V1 Hall A, whatever it's called, Cyberpunk Bartender Action. I like that game quite a bit, but yeah, I'm not very familiar with this genre. But so far, this game has such a unique vibe to it. Which, you throw New Orleans in the setting, hard to get away from that. Alright, let's go to Eagle Wholesale. Wait, what am I supposed to do here again? Receive orientation. Okay. The galvanized steel door to the supply warehouse is half open. The doors are locked and the office is closed. So we just go in. Whoa. Okay. Whoa, dude. Catherine? You made it. Okay, clearly I took my break like 2 clicks too early. Act 2. Erica and Blake went to Floodgate Tavern yesterday evening. Let's pass by on the way home and see what information we can gather. Oh, Erica said Blake. Right. Floodgate Tavern. Floodgate Tavern. Mini shield workers. Yeah, we saw that before. Alright. That's Private Detective Brett LeBlanc sitting at the end of the bar. He's an unpredictable character. We may benefit from speaking to him. Oh, wait, this is the guy. That's, why are you looking at me like that? So I got chili on my face? I just got achievement for unlocking half the nodes. He's not Ditch Man, is he? Wait, no, here we go, LeBlanc. It's connected to Catherine. Sit here long enough, you never know who might pass through. Gus, look at this dynamic duo. Not sure I've seen these two around before today. Sure, Gus, that filthy one right there. That's Kate Madera's oldest. The other one's her robot. Pulling my leg. That's Kate, Blue's baby? Come on now, I worked the turnarounds with Blue. Good man. Great man. Had some stories, Em. How come his kids came out like they did? Look how this one's dressed. Looked to me like she headed to the job site. Or the circus. Blue passed before his time is why them kids don't dress right. Blue knew how to dress. You're right about that one, Keith. Sad the way kids turned out. Forget all that. You are lucky to be stumbling in while I'm sitting here. You're in the company of a top-rated professional sleuth. The worst burp sound effect. I can't burp on command. And I find the noise disgusting, so I wouldn't if I could. Burp. That's what you get. And I happen to have a bit of information. Spit it out then. Hey, listen, I do things on my own time, you understand? Whining ain't gonna make this go no quicker. What he means to say is he don't do nothing but sit around here and drink. I'm the hardest working flatfoot you can find, me. LeBlanc, please. Time is of the essence. Pull your heels, I'm getting to it. Now I see why Kate kicked you to the curb. That is not correct. Save your battery life, I'm just playing with you. Tell you what, why don't you get me a drink so we can talk? Okay. What's going on? The LCD pulse of the evening news makes pale shadows across the bar. The image of a man with a long gray beard hangs over the news anchor's shoulder. Another pipeline explosion has left residents of Lower St. Charles Parish shaken. Shield officials have determined that the source of the explosion was due to a botched attempt by an oil pirates to divert the flow of oil into a stolen barge. A man familiar to local law enforcement, known only as Lucky, was among the pirates, Shield officials say. He's believed to be hiding in the battery? What is this word? It's coming up more and more often. Along the east bank between Kenner and Laplace. Hold up, friends. It's an alluvial land between a river at a low water stage and a levee. How did we not all know that? How's it pronounced, though? Batur. Oh. Batur. Of course it's Batur in New Orleans. Batur. Residents are asked to call Crime Stoppers with any information. Alright, give me a drink. Gonna get something started. Need a beer for your boy? Lord help me, another sap buying that lowlife a drink. Do you know Blake? Yeah, I know Blake. He hasn't come around in weeks, not since he ripped me off. Wish I could say it was the first time. What? Let him catch some sleep right here behind the bar after last call. When you know the boy walked off with the register. He'd been getting himself all messed up on drugs. Trying to give the kid a chance. Gave him some chores around the place. Done with him now. Done with him. He said he came by last night. Now he'd be a fool to show up here after what he did. Who's Keith? We'll see how anyone can believe the crap the media's been putting out these days. It's all lies meant to divide the working people. See for yourself. Gestures to the TV. And why are you making your website, Keith, to set the record straight? You know that's right. This man's running InfoWars. Might need you to buy me a little snack too, seeing as my wallet's all the way out in the car. I can go get it for you. This is enough to get us going. So alright, where do I even start? Your mom ever tell you about me? No. Nothing. She must have said something. A hard-nosed detective, charming and mysterious. Give it up, Brett. Alright. Sure, I came up. The problem is, you got a piss poor memory, us investigators. We got to keep our memory sharp. So while you don't know me, I know a lot about you. I grew up in this town, you understand. My cousin, Susie's ex-husband, knew your daddy when he was still at the plant. Catherine, she was a few grades above me at Sacred Heart. Knew her since I was a boy. Everyone around here knew Catherine. She was always getting herself into trouble, always drawing attention to herself. People would say she was kin to Jesus. The man left behind Lupe's would say that. Talking about Paw? Yeah, Paw. Been years since I thought about him. A lot you could say about Paw. He'd whisper something and get everybody repeating it. Saying... I don't even know. We're all Christ's children. Not like that, Gus. You know what I mean, like literally. Wait, what? This was years ago, long before Blue died. Paw told the priest that a family of Cajuns came from Jesus. Said Catherine had, how you say it, like Jesus' blood. Got it from her daddy's daddy, and so all the way back to the old world. Like in that movie, the one with the volleyball. This ain't the right movie, Gus. It's the one with the priests and stuff. I don't know. Don't watch movies. So you're someone that's likely to be true. You'd believe anything, Keith. No disrespect. Catherine never noticed. She was off on her own planet, wild as she was. Paw never wanted to be seen. He was watching Catherine. She weren't watching him. Blue wouldn't let no man like that near her anyhow. You got a point there, Keith. You'd be foolish to get in Catherine's way. Where she went, trouble followed, but I admired her. She admired me. Sure about that? You sure about that? Never said much, but I could tell. She only talked to you when she needed a free hand, Brett. Like hell. She did all she could to get my attention. I just had too much respect for Blue. Couldn't dishonor the man's memory. The bartender shakes his head. Sometimes you make me sad. Don't mind Gus. I've always been the handsome one and he gets jealous. Made me forget what I wanted to tell you. Oh, that's right, your house is out there near the fence line. Well, that's right behind my place of business. I got a window, looks out on the yard, more or less. This is a pretty long story, like I was saying. I ain't got my wallet with me. And you want us to buy you another drink. That's a real generous offer, Robot. Thank you for that. Unbelievable. I'll give him another one. He'll bleed you dry. This is the cheap stuff. I ain't complaining or nothing, just making an observation. Tastes like dog piss. This real important information I'm trying to share here. Valuable, you might say. You buy me the cheapest beer in the house? A little rude, maybe, but that's okay. No problem. So listen here, this is what I wanted to tell you. My office window looks out on your mama's yard, and I'm always keeping an eye on the street. Okay. This is a little ways back, right after Catherine passed. I was looking out there on the street like I do, and I seen these SHIELD security types leaving the house. Just carrying a box. You saw SHIELD security leaving Catherine's house with a box. That's what I'm saying, Robot. They was walking out the front door with a box, casual as can be. And where were you? Aren't you some kind of security robot yourself? Why didn't you stop him? Well, because I was busy. What? You know, just busy. Who cares? But looking at the street, making sure it don't go anywhere. When are you ever busy with anything? All the time. I can hardly get a minute to relax. What were you doing? I told you I was looking out the window and I saw the SHIELD police. So answer the question, Brett. You see all these people breaking into a home. You're always coming around here bragging about stopping the bad guys. If I wasn't so busy, I might have killed them. Sometimes I wonder if half these stories you tell. Ask around town. Everybody knows I'm a killer. They're just fantasies you make up to convince yourself. I was taking a dump. The detective smooths his tie as a moment of silence settles over the room. The window's next to the toilet. I'm always watching the street because I have an irritable bowel syndrome. I hadn't even started wiping when I seen them SHIELD dudes. Alright, bruh? Did you run down Apple Street with poo all over your The man closes his eyes and shakes his head slowly. I take that as a no. You wouldn't. Nobody would. You gotta have a clean butt to fight crime. Everybody knows that. Had I been done wiping, I guarantee you they'd be dead right now. I'm serious. What would SHIELD be looking for? Hell if I know. Laura St. Clair, the regional CEO they got over there, she always took a bit of an interest in your mama. There she's a loose cannon. Why would she be interested in Mom? Everybody was. He's right, everybody wanted what was in her head. What makes her a loose cannon? That's just what they say. You're talking about Laura? Piece of work, that woman. Surprised she hasn't run the whole operation into the ground. Only reason the board keeps her on deck is because of her father. A lot of people want her gone. Who's her father? Thomas St. Clair. Founded Clair Bionics. They made robots just like your friend here. Yeah, a million might be a St. Clair unit herself. Anyhow, a man's as rich as can be. Thomas St. Clair is a servant of the devil. There Gus goes again. No, it's the truth. Alright, Gus. Enough about Laura St. Clair. That's enough. Before you go, I got one more thing. I'm hungry. It would be a real nice gesture of appreciation if you bought your informant something to eat. Circle back afterwards, might have a little more information to share. Yeah, get him a A hot dog or something. Dude. Chili cheese fries? Should have mentioned I don't much care for the fries here, but that's okay, I ain't complaining. Just would have liked a sandwich, is all. Forget all that, what's important right now is that you understand what I told you. I saw shield thugs leaving your mama's house with a box. What the box contained, no idea. They was in there looking for something, no telling what. They got them headquarters deep inside the refinery. That old plantation house, where the real action happens. If I had to guess where they was heading, that'd be it. Hey Keith, you getting all this? Every word. Keith's making himself a little news website. What's the name gonna be, Keith? Got a few ideas in mind. You're just like Duck. He used to be a news junkie too, digging up dirt. All the big wigs. That's before the cancer knocked him on his butt. Some people just want to know the truth. You've been by to see Duck, okay? And confused visitors. Who? No wonder you don't remember your mama talking about me. You got a pecan for a brain. Hey, I find it surprising that you don't remember Doug. Even the robot thinks it's sad. Yeah, poor Catherine turning in her grave, kid. Better go see him. That old boy knows stuff no one else does. Where is he? What do you mean? Kate must have taken you to see Duck 1,000 times. Just think about it for 2 seconds. Perhaps LeBlanc is right to suggest that we visit him at some point. Perhaps. Oh yes, quite. You talk like that. They make you in England or something. You sound like a queen. Thank you. Weird thing. Anyhow, figure I'll be seeing you two again. Good luck. Excuse me. I think his irritable bowel syndrome is kicking in. Hurry up then. Yeah, brother. Why don't you ask Gus about that? I don't keep up with Blake no more. Too much trouble. Getting in that refinery ain't easy. I know that much from experience. You should find one of them people they've been talking about on the news to help you out. Oil pirates. Barricading Highway 1, diverting pipelines and all this. Them's the only kind I ever see get through security. I was saying on TV one of them pirates been hiding in the Batura woods. It's all over the TV. Yeah. Lucky, right. I've already seen the news. You two knuckleheads managed to figure out what Shield was looking for. Come and tell me. A good detective should know what's going on. Tell me more about Paw Paw. What do you want to know? You become fixated on Mom. A small town like this, your mama attracted attention. He was watching too many movies. Cooked up some strange ideas. Got his wires crossed, is my guess. Sounds about right to me. Where is he now? Living in a ditch somewhere. Hey, nice, Gus. He left here a long time ago to do odd jobs. Roofing, fabrication, that kind of thing. No telling where he went. Probably looking for work. How well did you know him? I'd see him walking by every now and then. We'd exchange a few words. Say he threw a brick through the church window once upon a time. That had people buzzing. A lot of us knew who he was, but no one knew much about him. One of those kinds of people. That's enough about Paw Paw. Where's the Duck? Like I told you before, just think about it. Okay. Let's think about Duck. Not Ditch Man. An old friend of your mom's. The memory's vague. LeBlanc suggested you visit him, but where does he live? Try to recollect. His face. Brief, generous smiles, but otherwise placid, expressionless. Always happy to see Duck. His health. Took a turn before you left, a bit of lethargy, irregular breathing, sores on his legs. Your mom brought him food on days when he was unable to stand. His son, dead at 14, an explosion in the yard, natural gas leaking from a pipe. Something caused a spark. Across the property, Shield's chemical annex. There's only one neighborhood along that fence line. What's left of it anyhow. Small fragments of his home pass through the black ink of your mind. The perennial accumulation of dust, the damp curtains and pile of cans on the kitchen table, and those refinery shadows, the little slab bungalow. Duck lives in Dimes. Dimes is the neighborhood along the fence line of Shield's chemical annex. Duck lives there. Okay. We're to attempt getting into the refinery to reclaim your mother's possessions. We'll need help. Blanc may know where to find it. Suggested we visit Duck. Fugitive. Saw mentioned on the news. Maybe he can help us? It's reasonable to assume. Okay. Let's go over to the gas station, I guess, first, and see if we can find that guy, Lucky. It's taken another unusual turn. Erica told us that Blake was headed here yesterday evening, but the bartender says that Blake hasn't come in weeks. Something may have happened on his way here. Blanc says that Shield has stolen a box of your mother's possessions. We have nothing else to go on. We must retrieve the stolen items and hope they point us toward your brother. Accessing Shield's headquarters won't be easy. Without assistance, perhaps impossible. I suggest we recruit help before attempting it ourselves. Let's go. This must be old boy's office. Dimes discount. Can I go? Here we go. There you see a dog, little black pit with green eyes. You see her, you send her this way. She answered Potts. You're the one they're looking for. Oh, so what? Lucky make the news, they want trouble. Here I am. You see that dog, you send her this way. Okay, if we go back to the bookstore. Hello, Potts. As you reach down to pet the dog, she shows her teeth and growls softly. It's gotta be the dog. Where do you get dog food? Hello, Crouton. Oh wow, Crouton usually bites trainers. He must like you. Okay. I've earned a cat's affection. Lucky's dog is missing. Yeah, that's the dog for sure. Gas station. Let's go back to Dimes. Oh wait, this is Lucky's place probably. I want to be here. Dimes discount. Wasn't there... There we go. You grab a bag of dog food. You scan the dog food. Thank you for your purchase. Alright, now back to the bookstore. Here. You pour a heap of food onto the ground before the dog. She laps up the kibble and follows behind you as you step away. Potts has joined the party. The dog. Love that dog, bruh. Alright. Back to... There's not a... No, I guess you just have to get there from here. Hey, Potts. You brought back my pot liquor. She was having me worry. Potts now, she's tough as they come, but Lucky thought they had her. He reaches down and pets the dog behind her ears as she pants eagerly. He regards Million. Say, robot, you look familiar. You a Claire Bionics unit? No. Alright then, just thought you might feel lucky on a little gossip. What gossip? Mara St. Clair. She's one unusual character, turning that refinery inside out on some wild goose chase. For what? I was hoping the robot might tell me. Anyhow, they call me lucky. I stick around here. You need help, you find me. Help is what we need. That right. We must infiltrate S.H.I.E.L.D. to retrieve some stolen property we could use at hand. I done got past them fences more than I could count. It's a good time. Even got me a couple grenades in my bag. Whoa. Lucky'll come, you can count on Lucky. Lucky joins the party. Now that there are so many of us, we'll need the truck to get around. Let's return to the house. Hope to finish the repairs quickly. Oh, the party is really filling out. Before we get involved in all of that, oh, the overworld's blocked from Apple Street. I guess we have to go repair the. I'll be finished shortly. Lucky waits beside the truck. So this is Miss Medeiros' house, then. Lucky knew your mama a bit. No. She was around, seen her a time or two. She weren't no friend of the company's neither. They'd have liked to have her dead. Yeah, they got their wish. They did. These companies want to get off the oil, too much trouble. What? Put them wind turbines out in the Gulf, and now they're building a brain. What? Now everybody knows they're in there building a brain. All the refineries is doing that. Going to hook them all up, make a bigger brain. That ain't enough to outsmart old Lucky. Lucky's smarter than any big brain you can dream up. I gotta use it to find fuel out in space. Best of luck to them. Ain't nothing wrong with trying to make a buck. Why get in their way? Lucky ain't nobody's way. Everybody liked Lucky just fine. Didn't he blow up the pipeline? He maintains a neutral expression as he watches the tree line. Lucky done blown up all kinds of stuff. People think Lucky hates S.H.I.E.L.D. Lucky don't hate S.H.I.E.L.D., he just like causing trouble. Without S.H.I.E.L.D., ain't nobody have a job in this place. But here come that robot. We best get moving. You want to talk more, just tap me on the shoulder. What? Reports of construction? Your mom was investigating reports of construction in the lake. They're building a brain? I feel like we need to go see Duck next, right? Finish repairing the truck. Shall we attempt to access S.H.I.E.L.D.? One sec. Oh. I guess we're locked in right now. Okay. Let's go to S.H.I.E.L.D. Monkey flies from the bed of the truck as Million speeds down the highway. Well, we've lost a party member. Can I choose now where to go? Oh, here we go. S.H.I.E.L.D.'s chemical annex sits a small distance from the house. House is partially boarded up. You assume it's an artifact of hurricane preparation that has since become a permanent fixture. Hello? Oh my gosh. The first ones to come through here, tripping all over all my stuff in the dark. Since the buyout people think this neighborhood's all the way empty. Come around looking for copper. But you wouldn't do that kind of thing, Kay. Not like your brother. How's it been, Duck? About how it looks. Made such a mess with that head drive. Just trying to keep myself out of trouble till it's my turn to go, so... Buyout? You must have noticed coming in the houses are all gone. People here have been fighting with S.H.I.E.L.D. all their lives. They got a little momentum on their side after the last explosion. Papers were making S.H.I.E.L.D. look bad. But we were here first. S.H.I.E.L.D. moved in, we suffered. Gas leaks, noise, explosions. Can't grow my vegetables out in the yard. Just won't grow. Never cared to move. But I knocked doors for it anyhow. If S.H.I.E.L.D. had never dropped in on us, my little plot of land would be worth something. Money they were offering to buy us out was alright. Worth a lot more if they'd never come. Number they put in front of me. I said piss on it. I could have sued after Reese died. I just didn't have the energy for it. Now I'm the last one left in dimes, so... Sorry to hear about it. It's history. Most days I can't remember his face, if I'm honest. When you fill out the survey at the head drive clinic, they ask you to write down memories. Control points, they call them. I couldn't stand to write out his name. It's too painful. I skipped his memory. Regretted it at first, but I'm thankful for it now. It'd be a lot worse if that monster carried a piece of my boy inside of it. Head drive. I unleashed it. The monster, Super Duck, calls itself that just to get to me, just to piss me off. It's my fault. The company that made it for me. I should have known from the get-go they'd only do their business at night. Found out later they didn't even have a license. Your mother went to the same clinic for hers. I tried to warn her. The junk that was in my brain. He begins to laugh. It's spreading around like a virus. It's even in the trees. I told your mother don't get messed up in any of that. Tells me it's talking to her through the radio. I said turn off the radio. She never listens. Stopped responding to me. Figure that monster's got money to burn. Catherine didn't want to leave her debt for you to deal with, so you kept up with her. Up until right near the end, Kay. She lived like she wasn't sick. She never quit. But I could see it wearing on her. Toll on her body. Started in her liver. They burned it out. Thought maybe that was the end of it. Before you knew it, they found a little in her lungs. Still going all over town, walking up and down airline like some kind of bag lady. Figured she thought it'd go away if she ignored it. That didn't work out for her. Once it came for me, it never did quit. Been getting sores. Cramps every day. Can't keep nothing down. Tried to tell her that. Said, Catherine, this is not the kind of thing you can work off. I think she listened. By the time it got to her brain, that was all there was to it. No more working, no more doing nothing. She had already gotten fed up with me by that point. Never really made amends before they put her in that mausoleum with her daddy. Hurts my heart thinking about it. But what can you do? No hiding from God's will, so... You're trying to get to the refinery. Not a good idea, Kay. What for? Stole her stuff. Well, that's interesting. Regional executive. She took particular interest in your mother. She wanted to know things Catherine knew, I suppose. Your mother was out in the lake. She heard S.H.I.E.L.D. or somebody was building some kind of rig out there. She wanted to find out for herself. She didn't find out what she was looking for, but she found something. Sounded to me like her medication was messing up her head. But she insisted it was real, some kind of UFO. Said it followed her for nearly a mile. Anyhow, that CEO they got at S.H.I.E.L.D., she's about as far out of her mind as your mother was. She must have caught wind of all this. Catherine got to be careful in her old age. Paranoid, even. The important things she kept hidden. Whatever S.H.I.E.L.D. stole was nothing important. You want to get it back. Can you help us get in? I'm gonna regret telling you this, but I've been sitting on it so long. Been dying to tell somebody. I don't know how S.H.I.E.L.D. managed to do it. They messed up. They bought out this neighborhood, and ever since they did, they put me behind the firewall. Got a computer terminal back there. Every time I boot it up, I get a view of the inside. Kinda like I know what to do with it. Looked around a bit, just to get myself lost. Can't hardly read the screen. Computer's back there in my little library. Have a look. Whatever you do, Kay. I'm asking you to be careful. More questions about Mom. This monster my mom's working for. Hate even thinking about that thing. Knows I'm here dying while it grows and grows. Big, disgusting, toxic birds sprouting from the ground all over the region with teeth and hands and all kinds of stuff. Unbelievable. Turns my stomach. You know what? I won't be the first to die. Hell no. I roped your mother into some lunacy. She wouldn't tell me the details. I couldn't get a single word out of her after that point. So wait, was Super Duck the monstrosity she saw? Did attend the funeral? Oh shoot. Planned to. Arranged for my godchild to pick me up and everything, but the day of the service I couldn't hardly walk. Heard from a couple of people it was beautiful, and for all the bridges she burned there was plenty of people. Had nice things to say. Even a few of her colleagues from the university showed up. Ones who got her sacked. And buried her with that fake little ring she always wore around her neck. She'd say it reminded her of who she was. Figured she probably wanted to give it to you, but you were gone, and Blake, we'd have pawned it off to anyone fool enough to buy it, so... The ring was fake? You don't know that story? Funny if it weren't so sad. Your granddaddy wanted to prove he was from royal stock, so he broke into a pawn shop up there on Airline and stole the biggest ruby he could find. Went around telling everybody it was from the old world, that it traveled from France to Nova Scotia and down the Mississippi. Well, that was a bunch of crap. He ended up in Angola for it, though they never did find the ring. Catherine took it to an appraiser one time. It's cubic zirconia, fake. Man spent months in jail for a fake piece of jewelry. After that, everyone started calling him King Pierre. They laughed him out of crevasse. Tell me about Mom and the university. Sure, you were young. Couldn't have been too long after Blue passed. She lied up and down to get that job. Nothing special, just a community college in the city. That's Catherine. Never wanted to play it straight. Suppose Blake took after her in that respect. Alright. Let's check out Duck's library. Strange ornamental box. Attempt to open the box, but it's locked. Trophy atop the bookshelf reads Junior Champion Reese Richard, St. Charles Parish, YX2B. Perusing the titles on the bookshelf. Army Corps Anomalous Light Report. You know we'd be getting to aliens. A report on the levitating spheres of light witnessed by multiple onlookers above Camp Memory and the Bonnet Care Spillway throughout the spring and summer of YX-1S, commissioned by the United States Army Corps of Engineers. After careful survey of the soil content in the area near Camp Memory, our inquiry has determined anaerobic conditions conducive to the formation of confined pockets of gas that, given exposure to sufficient heat, may ignite. These spontaneous incidents of combustion were likely mistaken for floating luminous spheres. Sure. The Pigman. Some claim that the Pigman is a type of grunch who hides beneath the interstate bridges that cross the Lake Pontchartrain. Legend has it that if you bring the Pigman a gift, he will return a gift to you in kind. Let's keep an eye out for the Pigman. Printout containing the letterhead of a law office in Metairie sits in the tray of the printer. Mr. Richard, after carefully studying the circumstances of the buyout, we recommend that you proceed with relocation. Shield is not legally obligated to provide you with an easement. You may find yourself trespassing on private property when leaving and returning to your home. A collection of bills, letters, and photographs are pinned to the board. The photographs are of the various industrial infrastructural landscapes that you recognize from around the region. The Geismar aluminum refinery, the grain elevators downriver, the airport control tower. Head of a buck is mounted to the wall. Computer console with a large trackpad and a magnified display. You pass your finger over the trackpad, waking the machine. Shield security terminal is displayed on the console. Use the terminal. You sit before the shield terminal display. This is a map of SHIELD's Sentinel drone security fleet. The entrance to the refinery is in Zone A. If we want to gain access to the refinery, then it may be necessary to clear the Sentinels from this zone. There are currently 3 drones patrolling Zone A. Perhaps there's a way to relocate them to the other zones. 3 is the max capacity. Choose a destination from the neighboring boundaries of the selected security zone. Okay, let's shoot you out to sea. We'll shoot you out to... No, it's gotta be an immediate. Okay, we'll put you out in B. And... B. Origin zone is unsecured, allocating drones for maximum. Seems there's a precaution in place to prevent any zone from being unsecured, but there might be a way around this. No zone can host more than 3 drones. When one zone contains no drones, then a maximum capacity neighbor will relocate a drone to its unsecured neighbor. This means that when removing the last drone from Zone A, we must be sure that none of its neighbors are at maximum capacity. Okay. This one is. So can we send you out to H? B. Wait, no, I don't want to send from there. Deselect. I should not have sent. I can't get anyone into A. F only has 2. Okay, we're gonna have to do a little bounce here. Send B into F. Deselect. E has 2. B has 2. C has 2. These are maxed. I think I need... to send one here. Deselect. Send one here. And then one here. The drones have been cleared from the entrance of the refinery. I expect this will be helpful. Cool. What you got, Kay? How's my mind map looking now? We got the fake ring, the missing head drive, something in the lake, ditch mail. It's all coming together. Alright, Duck. Good to see you. Time to go break in, I think. To shield. Whoa. A greener world awaits. No sentinel drones around. Once we clear these 2, we're in. Ready? Hold on. Oh, I guess that's it. Let's do it. Man nods. Million me lucky. Lucky's the pro, right? Lucky, hit the sky. Oh! Come on, Lucky. Lucky is resting. Okay, million. Finish him off. Oh my gosh. Getting wrecked. Put Lucky back on the job. Dude, I am not doing well. Okay, good. They're targeting someone else. And targeting happens fast in this game. There we go. Hope I get a heal somewhere. Nothing much to it. When the sentinel's not around, they let you more or less walk into the place. Would you take a look at that big fella? The freight mover? Hell of a machine. Really put on a show with one of them. Lucky just thinking out loud. Let's get to it, eh? Refinery's ours. Oh, this is Super Duck. Catherine. What kind of voice would Super Duck have? Not that I've been leaning hard into any voice. He seems refined. Catherine, you made it to this warehouse with Big Bird. I sure did. We have a job for you. It will pay. It will solve some problems before you die. Dallas. No stranger to the network, you will assist Catherine. Yes. Catherine, in the lake you saw the stone. We saw you see the stone. We want the stone, but it has evaded us. Super Duck is, what else? A network. A system of signals, wireless communication of locusts and frogs, cypress roots, disease vectors, internet of flesh, biomimicry, internet of internet, radio towers, distributed AI, distributed birds in flight. Super Duck saw you see the stone because Super Duck was an eagle in the sky. The stone is a sky thing that many want, but it reveals itself to no one. No one except for you, Catherine. It followed you through the lake. It loves you. It seeks you. It will submit to you. But we must act fast. Shield wants the stone. Claire Bionics wants the stone. Super Duck wants the stone. And John has the stone. John. Everyone hates John. Everyone follows John. Influencer. Dopamine fiend. Convinced himself he has faith in God. Convinced others even. Some young and idealistic. Some old and bitter. These are the garrets of John. You will find them gathered in the bowels of the Promenade Mall in Kinner. John has hidden the stone in this forgotten place. He will use the stone in an attempt to fulfill his prophecies, but his are the prophecies of a fool. Got it? Go, get me my shiny stone. Hurry, before you die, I want to eat it. Have a good evening, you two. Go on, get me my shiny stone. What are you waiting for? Is this normal to you? A lot of nodes in the network. This one's the biggest. I'm a little lost. What's up? I don't know what's going on. Who's John? Kenner John. You don't know Kenner John? How could you not know Kenner John? Never heard of him. Happy for you. He makes videos. They get shared all over the internet. Watched a couple. Religious stuff. You religious? Turned away for a while, but the cancer brought me back. No doubt. John's a divisive figure among the faithful, not the most orthodox preacher. Where do we find the stone? Thing Super's looking for? Promenade Mall in Kenner. That's what Super said, anyhow. Thank you. Okay. Did my app update? Retrieve the stone from Promenade Mall in Kenner. Alright. Please explain to me what... So wait. Sorry, go. You go. What was that? What was what? There's a bird in there with teeth the size of my head living inside that warehouse. Yep. That's normal to you? No. But I mean, I've seen some stuff in my life. Me too, but... What's this stone? He said it loves you. What's all that about? I don't know. I saw a drone or something in the lake. Why does he keep calling it a stone? Stone? Drone? I have no idea. I was a little distracted. Well, I need you to start paying attention, or neither one of us is going to get paid tonight. I got the gist. Some internet weirdos are living in the mall. They've got the stone. That's right. Kenner John and his gang. They're keeping the stone at the old Promenade Mall in Kenner. We need to find a way inside, get the stone, and bring it back here. You got that? Go to the abandoned mall, steal the magical stone, bring it to the giant warehouse bird. Couldn't be clearer. Okay. How do we... Oh, no service in here next to the node. Can I call a ride from here? Promenade Mall. Not too far off. Used to come here all the time as a kid. Same. I knew it fell in hard times, I just didn't know how hard. Single car sits in the parking lot. Subdivision at the mall's rear doors beyond the lot. Drainage canal. Drainage canal forms a moat at the parking lot, dividing it from its commercial neighbors. Should we try the back door? Oh. That's Keith? Who? Keith Broussard, a guy I went to high school with. Where do you go to high school? Destrehan. Destrehan's right down the street. That's how odd you'd see him down there. In an abandoned parking lot in the rain in the middle of the night? Guess I've been on this app too long. Seems fine to me. Nothing phases this guy. Keith? Kate. Alright, sister. Thought that was you. What's up? What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm working. Me too. Working a case. Starting a little news website. What's the website? Ain't got a name yet. Still trying to come up with something cool. Keith's News Alert or something like that. Just trying to report on what's really happening around here. What are you investigating? Trying to get to the bottom of what's going on with this mall right here. Heard they got small boys coming in and out. Textbook adrenochrome harvesting facility. Guy who runs the operation looks about as much like a pervert as you can picture. Kenner John? You got it. Man, looks like a slug. What do you know about Kenner John? I know he got his start posting in the comments section on New Orleans News and Views. He'd go in there saying he learned how to speak to God. He got himself some attention that way. Before you know it, this gaggle of boys started following him around. Sick stuff. Guy's a sicko. Alright, I should keep moving. Maybe I'll come back later to see how the case is going. I'd like that, sister. Come pass by. Why, I don't see you around so often these days. Staying busy. Mind me asking you something? Just the thing I find myself wondering about. Sure. Don't mean for this to be rude, but how come you treated Blue the way you did? He's one of the best men I ever knew. Why would you ask that? He kept his name. Figure he couldn't have been all bad. Just something I wonder. I wonder about something else. Hey, forget I asked. Too busy to be thinking about that right now. And go be busy, Kate. I didn't mean to rattle you like that. Four-door mid-size SUV, an older model, well-maintained. Light pours from the partially open garage door. Catherine crouches and peers beneath the garage door. Sports commentary blares from a television in the far corner. She studies the space beyond the threshold. Compressor, ice chests, tackle boxes, stacks of cardboard, buckets of bolts and welding scrap. Kitchen supplies, a butane stove, laundry baskets filled with cans of cat food. An old candle burned to its base and tipped onto the floor. Stacks of disintegrating newspaper, a microphone stand, a collection of shadeless lamps lying against the wall as if awaiting a firing squad. Situated amidst the clutter, a man in a red folding chair watches the television, his back turned away. I feel like we're going off the rails here. What are you doing? Catherine steps into the garage. Wait here. Catherine regains her posture beyond the door. The man doesn't notice her. Hello? The man looks back and jumps in his chair. What the? Catherine lifts both hands, palms out. Sorry to startle you. What the hell are you in my garage for? This is about Bruce, isn't it? Yes. Ever since he got himself mixed up with that internet freak, people keep been coming by asking about him. And I keep saying the same thing. I don't talk to him. Can't even get him on the phone no more. We work together at the plant in Norco, but he goes out of his way to avoid me. Of course, he landed a computer job while I'm busting my butt with a torch all day. Won't even look his daddy in the eyes. My kid, she left. Never came back. It's hard. I get the sense Winona would play Catherine. Hard, alright. Can't focus on nothing around here. Always waiting for him to call. Even started digging through these old boxes, looking for the little stuffed monkey he'd carry around as a kid. Sounds just like my daughter. Yeah, stuffed monkey can't be that common, right? Figured I could give it to him as some kind of peace offering. What would you tell him if he ever came back? I don't know, get some sense. Guess I'd say, Bruce, you're my boy, and this here's your home. Wouldn't turn you away for nothing. That Colt, that Garrett, let it go. Just come back home. That's what I'd say. You see him, you see Bruce, you tell him that. Tell him you can even record it. Hang on to it until you see him. You blocked my number. Can't get a word to him. I don't have anything to record with. Come back when you do, I'll repeat it. I ain't got no shame left. I'm going, get out of my garage. Small plastic case device lies in the grass. What's this thing? Kind of tracker. Don't know what use it is laying in the mud. Okay. So I need... How do I have a hoot hoot phone and can't record like a voice memo? What is this backwards technology? Alright. You don't have a recording device. No, he's still jamming out to Zeppelin. It's under here. Half-eaten bag of potato chips. Huge. What about the drainage canal? The downpour finds its way into the drainage canal, its water level slowly rising. Inner. A fence adjoins the backside of two strip malls. The crevice between them reveals a smear of light towards Williams Boulevard. Beyond the fence is a drive-through chicken, car audio mattresses direct to you, water towers and power lines, and crumbling concrete, traffic signs, abortive landscaping attempts, unkempt shrubs, solar-fed Christmas lights weathered and forgotten. Okay. I don't know why I thought we would find a recording device over there. Some kind of recruitment video plays on the monitor above the entrance. Imagery flashes across the screen punctuated by text. 3 geometric shapes. Find all 3. A name tag that reads Garrett, pinned to a crayon blue shirt. Earn the badge. A tower circled by scaffolding. Find salvation in the stars. Scale model is encased in glass. The plaque at its base reads Arc. What do you think that is? Hard to say. Almost looks like an oil rig or a spaceship. Two teens speak in whispers behind the gate. Each has a similar bowl cut, lacks shoes, and wears a blue collared shirt with a name tag that reads Garrett. The blue Garretts are in the cult, right? The reds are initiates. The older of the two eyes Catherine indifferently. Yeah. Is the mall open? It's been a long time since I've come by this mall. Is it still open? Two boys snicker. Not for you. What? Where are your parents? I don't know, watching Jeopardy or something? You got some candy for us? Give me a ride to the basketball practice. Glad we got this gate to protect us. What's this thing in the glass case over here? That thing is our ticket to Mars. Knew it. How many people can fit in there? That's just the toy version, stupid. The real one is like 500 feet tall. 114 feet and 6 inches. That was close. Yes, Garrett. We're trying to get inside. Either of you gentlemen care to help us into this place? No one's gonna help you. You have to help yourself. Is this how you live your life, walking around parking lots in the rain asking for help? More or less. It's time you take responsibility for yourself. Lift. Become strong. Get a new fit. You look like you're wearing a bag. No more soft drinks. I hate soft drinks. Then don't drink them. You need to be initiated before we can even consider letting you in. Initiated how? Humorous. How many readings have you collected? Oh, 3. Tell me how many days the arc took to complete. 60 years. Took Noah about 60 years to build his ark. Not Noah's ark, lady. So you have no idea what's going on around here. Guilty. You need to pull yourself together. I can help you, but first you need to help yourself. How? Sad. Sad. Really sad. So listen, John's got an app, okay? You need to install it if you have any hope of making your way in here. And once you're inside, you'll need the readings to visit the cathedral. Cathedral? Place where the divine object resides. Don't talk about that with sieves, moron. What's the app called? What app? The one you just mentioned 2 seconds ago to get into the mall. Oh, John's Kinner book. Or no, it's Kinner John's Apocryphon. That's it. Kinner John's Apocryphon. Install that. Catherine pulls out her phone. Done. Congrats, you're on your way to being less. How do we use the app? So what do I do with this app? It's an augmented reality viewer. You gotta find John's sculptures around town. Sculptures? Virtual sculptures. You only see them on the phone. There's 3. Find the sculptures, scan it with your phone, and learn. First is in Bruce's yard. Make it easier for her. Bruce is a Garrett now. Show some respect. Each one will give you a clue about the next. You're just giving the whole thing away. She will not collect them all, Garrett. No need to worry. Yeah, true. That last one's a nightmare. Listen, if you need help, go talk to friend. Who? Just open the Apocryphon app while standing in the parking lot in front of the mall. You'll see friend. Dude, it is such a vibe. I'm loving this. It's with the name tags. Garrett's? No. Both tags say Garrett. Do you both have the same name? No. Yes. Like, this is like some real spiritual type stuff. We can't tell you about it. We did it just to taunt Gooch. You gotta taunt Gooch, dude. Dude, come on, she didn't do the app thing yet. It's just some spiritual stuff. Just do the app thing and then you'll know the truth or whatever. Yeah, friends in the parking lot. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. What? Oh, it's not gonna tell me that again. Alright. I know where Bruce's yard is. Let's see what this friend thing is. Kenner John's Apocryphon. Oh, are these the shapes? I am friend. What are you? I am friend. Okay. Can you help? One of the Garretts said to speak to you. I don't know where to find the first sculpture. First reading of John, not far in a yard. Okay, thank you, friend. Is Keith still chilling? Yeah. Alright, let's pull the app. Here. Oh, you can rotate this. Oh. First reading from the Apocryphon of Kenner John. Whoa, dude. Early years you spend inside, TV on, dad blaring the game. Says he keeps Christ in his heart, but it's a lie. Kenner is the only place on earth. Nowhere to go. No one to hang out with. Your flesh is alien. The house is a prison. Only escape through fiber lines. Someone in the forums posts a flyer for a show. Somewhere to meet people, something to do. Whatever. You borrow your dad's car and go. Step into Saint Somewheres, and you immediately know. These aren't your people, Garrett. You make a few jokes. Someone calls you a Nazi. You throw the first punch, things spiral out of control. You're outside bleeding, pushing someone's face into a trash can full of Go cups and beer bottles. The scum are screaming at you to stop, but you don't. Someone knocks you over the head with a floor jack. You fall to the ground. They think you're dead. You're unconscious for 12 days. You wake up with a slouched mouth on your left side, determined to ruin everyone's life. You watch the forums closer now. You call the cops on the next show, and the next show, and the next show. You get the place shut down for a while. You didn't let up. Good job. Okay, so I just have the first reading of the book. Need a recording device. He's ready to retire. Yeah, what about the second sculpture? Saint Somewheres. Okay. Guess we need to get a ride then. Eagle Wholesale, downtown. Oh, we just go straight to Saint Somewheres for 15 bucks. Oh, this guy. My stomach doesn't feel great. Hot dog finally catch up to you. Past couple hours has been the worst experience of my life. Why did you let me eat that thing? They seemed fresh to me. Meat was a little gray, but otherwise it seemed fine. Yeah, that's what I thought too. After you left, my stomach started screaming. You know how hard it is to find a bathroom in the French Quarter? I do. It's a real pain. But you found one. That's good. No, I didn't find one. What'd you do? You don't want to know. Yeah, I do. You give me bad vibes, you know that? You want to know how I dealt with the insane, explosive diarrhea I got because of you? Is this some kind of power trip or something? Do you go around coaxing young men into eating old gray meat most nights? Or is this a special occasion? It's a special occasion. Then you follow them around and see how, where, and how they took a dump? This is what you do with your weeknights? Yes. I'm here, aren't I? Alright, fine, I'll tell you, but just remember that you asked. I cannot believe it goes this deep. So after you leave the French Quarter, I'm standing there with flannelless, enjoying my second hot dog. I can tell something's wrong in my stomach. I run up the street to use the bathroom at some tourist trap, but the bouncer throws me out right when it's my turn in line. By that point, I'm desperate. I unlock my bike and start riding home as fast as I can, and nearly run over a couple of pedestrians. I'm on Elysian Fields in St. Claude. Major intersection. Tons of traffic backed up for about a quarter mile because there's an accident. I know that I'm going to crap myself. It's coming. I'm in a state of complete panic. If I crap right there, dozens of people will see it. I need privacy fast. There's a stretched limo Hummer pulled on the side of the road with people hanging out on the sidewalk next to it. Looks like a high school students. Maybe they're getting ready to go to a dance or something. They're all congregated on one side of the limo, like on the sidewalk. I'm in the street on the opposite side. So I drop my bike right there in the street and sneak into the limo as quietly as I can. No one's in there. They're all outside. I don't think twice. I just pull my pants down and let loose. It's, there's a lot of it. It's taken a while. Should I keep going? You still enjoying yourself here? Yes, please. You're disgusting. So anyway, while I'm in there, the kids shut the door. The driver climbs in, and all the lights in the rear of the limo go out. I guess the driver was just dropping the kids off downtown. I don't know. But at this point, it's just me and him. There's a tinted window that divides the cab from the rear of the limo. It'd be pretty hard for the driver to see me with the lights out. He gets on the phone, calls his wife or girlfriend or whatever as he drives away. He thinks the limo's empty. He's got it on speakerphone, and I can hear the whole conversation on the speaker right next to my head. First thing he says is how bad those kids stink. Says he'll never drive young kids like that again. Said they smell like baby diapers. Then he starts, having phone sex. I'm not joking. They immediately launch into it, saying what they want to do to each other, all this stuff. Not like that's the biggest deal in the world, but for reasons I won't get into. I just really didn't want to be in there anymore. I try to open the door, saying, screw it, I'll just jump out. But the door is locked. I check the others. They're all locked. Crawl up to the window and start tapping on it. Sir, you forgot me. He hangs up the phone, cracks a little tinted window. Who are you? He asks. I'm one of the kids. You forgot to drop me off. He starts shouting, what is that smell? What is that smell? My heart is beating out of my throat. Can't breathe. He rolls up the window, calls the police. Again, I can hear the entire conversation. Operator asks him what the problem is. He says a man broke into his limo and just took a dump in it. Just like that. A man broke into my limo and took a dump in it. They ask him his location. He pulls off the side of the road and waits for the cops. I'm banging on the window, begging him to let me out, saying I'll pay for him to get it cleaned up. He pretends I'm not even there. Still care to listen? We're this deep. How can we not? Of course. Alright, so here's what gets me. The New Orleans Police Department has never showed up to anything on time. It takes them hours to show up to a murder scene, right? Well, a squad car pulls up behind the limo within 3 minutes. At this point, I can't even explain it to you. I'm having a heart attack. I'm dying. I crouch down behind the door and wait. There's crap everywhere. It's on my shoes, my hands, my shirt. I have no alibi here. The man gets out, opens the door for the police. I spring out of there and just start running. I don't even look back. I can hear the cops shouting. I turn into the neighborhood. There's a construction dumpster about a block away. I run like lightning toward that thing, dive in. There's barbed wire, nails, all kinds of stuff. I'm getting scratched up. I don't care. Adrenaline's coursing in my veins. I burrow down into the heap of trash like a mole and hide. I can hear the police sirens. Squad car stops at the dumpster. They get out, look around, shine a light right on me. I stay perfectly still, holding my breath. They leave. I wait a couple of minutes, climb out. I walk here, take another dump. I'm so sorry. Yeah, well, hot dogs. Wow. I can't believe you can drill down into that much of a story. St. Somewheres, once a modest neighborhood bar, has moved through a succession of subcultural clientele over the past decade. First came the squatters, who took up residence in nearby homes damaged by hurricanes or simple neglect. Squatters attracted the punks, punks brought the hipsters, and so on. It now exists in a subcultural estuary, only one change of ownership away from becoming an upscale wine bar. Small group gossips conspiratorially. The music spilling from inside drowns out all but the vaguest details. A love triangle, too much whiskey. Someone kicked in the wall in a fit of rage. Does the app work out here? Probably have to go in for whatever's happening here, right? The man working the door tunes out the cacophony while scrolling through cooking recipes on his phone. No cover tonight, just checking IDs. What's happening? It's bounce night. Bounce night? Yeah. Crowd seems... Catherine glances around and then to Dallas. Different than I'd expect. What are you looking at me for? Just don't you agree? What, a bunch of white kids shaking their butts to bounce on pussy? His face embodies that sentence, I feel like. I didn't mean anything by it. All I listen to is Christmas music. Christmas music. That's it. That's the only thing I listen to. Seriously? I don't even start over here having bounce night for a bunch of white kids. So now it's a problem all of a sudden, because all you listen to is Christmas music. Yeah, now it's a problem, that's right. Where are you from, Stinky? Minneapolis. Enough said. Christmas music. Just kind of creepy, that's all you listen to. Creepy? I'm not gonna listen to you about what's creepy. Whoa, 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 boys. Christmas music is cozy. Helps me relax. That's cool, man, that's fine. You know anything about a sculpture? Talking about the douche whose little gang keeps calling the cops on me? Presumably, yes. You don't look like one of those mall Nazis. What's this about? What would get me by here? I'm an academic. I'm conducting research on this Garrett phenomenon for an anthropology journal. No kidding. So have you visited their secret lair or whatever? They took over the old Promenade Mall. Some of us tried sneaking in there, but they got the space locked down. Anyhow, here's what I know. They've got some game they play on their phones. They stick these devices around town like Easter eggs. Then they find the devices, scan them with their phones. Something like that. Not sure of the details. They hid one right outside the bar, so we had the little mall Nazis coming by every night to try to find it. But then, last night, Ditchman came and grabbed it. Oh, who's Ditchman? He lives over by the mall. He's usually hanging around the ditches feeding the ducks. I don't know the guy, but Belle vouches for him, so he must be alright. Looks like we're heading back to the mall. Why do they call the cops on you? I don't know. I try to get every show I book shut down because I have nothing better to do. It's a teenager thing. Why does the ditch man come around here? He buys stuff off Belle. What kind of stuff? The man glances down at Catherine's shoes. Why do you care? I'm just looking for a way into the mall. I'll say this, Ditchman gets stuff from here, he takes it to the mall. I think he's selling it to those little Nazis. What stopped you from getting into the mall? First we tried lifting the entrance gates, but they're all locked tight. They even fenced the banks of the canal off, so you'd need a boat to get past them. Thinking of going back with a couple of kayaks sometime. How about tonight? Nah, this will be going until at least 2, and I've got a shift in the morning. Okay. Can I go in? Okay. Well, back to the mall. I wonder where the third one's gonna be then. Ugh. Here's the device. Second reading from the Apocryphon of Kenner John. Leave the hospital and discover faith, that immaterial essence. Pray, Garrett. Pray in the closet during the football games. Post prayers to the show forums. Just to mess with the scum. That's how the Garretts find you. One's named Garrett, so they're all named Garrett. Some kind of joke. Doesn't matter, you're Garrett too. 33 Garretts in all. Garrett worked in the basement below the council chambers. Said they had a closet full of old computers. Garrett plugged one in. He used it as a server. That's how Garrett hosted sermons in the sky. He projected videos of a guy he found online. Said he grew up in Kenner just like Garrett. Garrett began watching him too and told the others, Garretts, to subscribe. Soon all the Garretts were watching Kenner John. John summoned his flock to the ziggurat of Promenade Mall and taught them about Christ's hidden nature and other secrets of faith. He spoke of these... Oh! Hello, sir? Well, what do you think about Johnny? I'm trying to read the book of Kenner John, my guy. Don't you just hate him? Can I help you? Catherine, dear, it is I who will be helping you on this night. I knew you'd come to see me, waiting in the ditches. Waiting, no trouble there, child. Happy to do it. You need access to the mall. Here I am, delighted to assist. The man eyes the ring hanging from Catherine's neck. And you even wear the stone of Magdalene herself, just as she herself wore it. You are the image of her beauty. Why are you here? We were neighbors once upon a time, don't you remember? I've only come to help, as neighbors do. Catherine shakes her head. What is this? It is my responsibility to guide you, and to watch over the children. I've been to see Kay. She is well. Excuse me? Can you tell me what this is about? It's about a boat. A boat that can get you into the mall. The Garretts, they favor me over John, that little shrimp. That little sad boy. I'll be your guide into the mall, the sanctum of the Garretts. Catherine turns to Dallas. This man, I think he's been following me. To help you, to help. I've always watched over you. But Blue, a good man, they say. You wouldn't let your pawpaw near you. Well, here I am. I came to tell you needn't worry about Kay. Keep her name out of your mouth. Because she'll be home. Perhaps too late for you, dying, they say. From becoming to being, the philosophers say. Where did you see my daughter? Walking through California, like it were Galilee, her robes frayed. Splendid, divine, a child of Christ. No, not getting in a ditch with this guy. There's no one else in this place to help you. Do you see anyone else? Anyone who will help? I don't want your help. I don't want to be anywhere near you. Stay away from me and my family. Are we clear? I have all the time in the world, Catherine, but you, dear, you do not. I'm not here to frighten you, to harm you. Quite the opposite. Without my help, there will be no getting into this mall. Patience is a virtue of your pawpaw. I am your only way in. Dallas leads Catherine from the canal. Let's go find this last sculpture. We don't need his help. I know him. The old man smiles, gives an enthusiastic wave as Dallas glances back towards the ditch. Sounds like a stalker. I just don't know. Seems like this parking lot's full of strange men who know your name. Am I missing something here? Like, you think I invited them? I don't know, maybe. I'm just as confused as you are. I did want to see what happened at the end of the second reading. Oh wait, was that it? He spoke of these things on the server beneath the council chambers just as he did above the concrete in the New Orleans sky. Oh, okay. So this guy just interrupted us right at the end. Do we even know? I don't have a recording device. Well, Pawpaw's not going anywhere. Probably. Hang on, let's talk to Friend again. I am Friend. I need your help. Don't understand the readings. Discovering the third reading of John is the most challenging. I could not help Gooch from the second reading of John. So beneath the city council chambers, yeah, city hall. So, what I could choose to go in with this guy now, or I kind of want to solve the puzzle. Pawpaw's weirding me out, man. I don't have a lot of money to be riding around too much. Sleepless. Woman with an exhausted expression sits on a bucket, the forgotten cigarette burning in her fingers. Hello? You one of those nerds that comes to play with the puppets? Yes. I watched the puppet show earlier. Let me ask you this. Why do that here? There's people trying to keep a low profile under this bridge, you understand? Bring all these wacky puppets under here, then the cops come by. We don't need that. Play with your puppets somewhere else. I got chased away from my last spot. I'm not trying to deal with that again. Where were you before? Maul and Kenner. He was one of the first after they condemned the building. The man lived in the closet. He was strange, but he kept to himself. No one bothered me in that place till the boys showed up. He chased us out and threatened to report us. That guy John, their leader, he should die. I hope the closet man lives up to his word and kills him. Who is the closet man? While I'm here... Figures at the desk overlooking Duncan Plaza, deepening winter night. Watches the fingers of a cool front animate the tops of oak trees in the park. He watches the last remnants of commuter traffic leaving Canal Street, the pulsing taillights, the shift workers running toward the bus. Let me walk back over to the clinic. Could you give me a recording device? No, that's a long shot. Okay. I don't guess anybody in the French Quarter. Found another dollar? No. We'll go find one. Dude, this right here would make an excellent background for anything. Like, I like the look of this, all the colors. Nice. You don't have any thing approximating a recording device, do you? You just have a bunch of crap. Dallas, Rosie. No, okay. Maybe we'll find something at City Hall. I want to help the guy out with Bruce. The guard greets Catherine at the door. Welcome to New Orleans City Hall. No council sessions this evening. Buildings closed. The Garretts sent us. The guard looks Dallas up and down. Nah. We're here because of Kenner John. But a lot of people pass through in the evenings. Wanted to take a picture from the roof or whatever. None of them look like you two. Following my gut here. We're serious? We're training to become Garretts. Why? To earn Kinner John's favor. We want Senpai to notice us. You ever watch any of that man's videos? The guy's lost a few marbles along the way. It makes sense to me. Guard shakes his head. Soul City's lost his mind. Listen, there's some funny stuff that happened in this building at night. You're thinking you can just walk up to the roof. It's not like that. Be careful getting around. One of the generators went dead. The elevator's out. So are the stairwell lights. Catherine enters the building. It was oddly easy to get in. Ahead is an elevator corridor with a stairwell. A long, unmarked hallway extends to her left. The exit is at her back. Let's see what's down the hallway. The door is shut. The lobby's behind her. Try the door. The door is locked. Okay. Back at the lobby to the elevators. Catherine enters the elevator corridor. Floor display above the elevator reads blank. The stairwell is ahead. Press the elevator panel. The floor display winks off before illuminating again. Doesn't sound like the elevator's coming. Guard said the generator power is down. Let's get moving. Okay, stairwell it is. Catherine enters the pitch black stairwell. Let's go down to the basement. Catherine descends the stairwell. Fading fluorescent bulb strobes in the hallway to her left. The stairwell is at her back. To the left. Catherine turns the corner and immediately meets the stare of a man squatted on the ground in the stuttering light of the hallway. Whoa, dude. It's, what's his name from 30 Seconds to Mars? Leto? Speak. I wouldn't stick around too long. Why? The man's demeanor remains unchanged. He removes a receipt from his shirt pocket with a note scribbled on the back. He begins to read. On the 7th floor is a planner, but if you don't listen closely to the following, he'll hide. In the darkness are hands you must shake. Do so in the order I say. Any missteps in the elevator will clear the mistake. The first number in our sequence is the floor above the council chambers. I feel like I need my notebook for this. A notebook, rather. The old Resident Evil method. We're bringing it back, boys. Okay, so the first number is the floor above the council chamber. Third most distant from the sky. So third from the roof. Okay. Roger that. There are 11 floors. Could one count the basement? Okay. The logic puzzle. You can do this. 11 counting the basement. Our second number is equally low and high. Okay. The third is just above it. So it's above the second. Fifth from sky. He hands the receipt to Catherine. If you need help, friend is outside the building. Oh! Little live-in tutorial guy. What? Okay. At the entrance. Can I input something at the elevator? It still lacks power, so we gotta go turn the power on. Let's go up. Catherine arrives at floor 2. I guess before that I should figure this out. So there's 11 floors if you count basement. So 10 floors total. So the middle number's gotta be 5 if it's equally low and high. The third... Right? Third from the roof would be... If you count roof above, does that mean there's 12 floors? Third is above the second, so you would think 6th, which is 5th from the 5th from the top. And then third from, I think maybe 8, 5, 6 might be what we're looking for. Okay, we're on floor 2. Let's feel around. Feeling around in the sightless dark, she feels the distinct touch of another hand. Startled, she gasps, withdrawing her own. What is it? Someone's in here. Dallas speaks to the darkness. Hello? The stairwell is silent, but for the decaying echo of his voice. Catherine reaches out her hands toward the dark, and an unseen hand grasps firmly and shakes. Who's there? Okay. Let's go up to floor 3 and reach out. Unseen hand grasps and firmly shakes. Oh, I see what's happening. Okay. So wait, I think I said 8, 5, 6. All right, let's shake a hand. Go down. Wait, I need to go up. No. Yeah. Clear it. Shoot, that's frustrating. I should click over here to clear text faster. Okay, 8. Down. 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 5. Up. 6. That wasn't it either. Hang on. If we count the roof as its own thing, that would mean 12, including basement. So 6 would be equally low and high. And then third from the roof would be, so 9, 6, 7. Let's try that. A doorknob? What? We enter an unlit office. Okay. Oh wait, it can't be 7. Right? Oh, here we can just ouch. Fresh on the clues. On the 7th floor is a planner. If you don't listen closely to the following, he'll hide. The darkness or hands you must shake. Okay, so the 7th floor guy is hiding. First number is the floor above the council chambers, 3rd most distant from the sky. Let's go ahead and clear this. See how high it goes, I guess. Floor 10's the final level. This must lead to the roof. Yeah, okay. So, maybe the 11 is trying to throw you off. It would mean 7 is 3rd most distant from the sky. Five would be equally high and low. Third is just above it, 5th from the sky. I guess it depends on if you're counting 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Ten, 9, 8. I think 8 has to be the starting one. You can't. Is there a hand? No, there's just the door where the guy hides. But if you're counting 11... Ten, 9, 8, 8, 6. What's throwing me off so bad about this? Is it just getting too late? Brain fatigue? The 10th floor is the topmost floor, but it's not the sky. So the floor above the council chambers, that's got to be 7. because that's where the door is. So I think pretty firmly 8 has to be the first sequence. And if there are 11... Yeah, because you'd go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. So we say 8 and 6. The third number is just above 6, so... It just gives me the same solution with a different path to it that I first tried. That was incorrect, I think. Unless it's 8, 5, 6, and then you just go to 7. Talk to the guy. But he keeps making me think we've done something wrong. Yeah, okay. Well, I don't know. Let's go ask a friend for help. Don't come in and out too much. What's this? Oh, my receipt. I am friend. We could use hint here. Yes. It said... Council chambers are on the first floor. Oh. Okay. So it's 2. 1 equally. 11 floors. 1 in the middle. 5 on each side. So it'd be 6. The third number is just above the previous one. Okay. But you can't do 7. Alright, let's get back in there. Alright, clear that. Go to the stairwell. Go up. Shake a hand. Go up. No! Two. Up. 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 Reach out a hand. Up. So you can't. There's no hand to shake here. So that can't be it. Two, 5, 6. begins to pull Catherine slowly toward the floor. She grabs Dallas, attempting to resist. Catherine? The hand jerks her violently to the floor. Dallas attempts to intercept the figure in the dark, but only meets the wall. Hey! He slaps the wall. Tell me who's there. His echo trails off into the extremities of the stairwell. As Catherine looks up from the ground, a light switches on high above them. Dallas, help me up, please. Dallas recovers Catherine from the floor, and she hangs her arm over his shoulder. You're not in any kind of condition to be doing this. I know it. I see a light. She gestures weakly. Up there. I'll carry you. No, it's fine. Let's just go up and find this planner, get to the roof, and whatever it takes to be done here. You arrive at floor 7. Enter the office. Catherine steps into the warm lamplight below the 7th floor office overlooking Duncan Plaza. A man sits at a desk facing the window. He looks back at Catherine and looks away. Office is closed. Trying to get to the roof. Planner turns in his chair. I see. Any chance you could help? You don't look like the other ones, I'll say that. Excuse me? Where's your shirt? Planner dismisses Catherine with a hand wave and points towards a coat rack near the door. Keycard's hanging on the rack. Returns to his original posture facing the window. Catherine grabs the keycard. Working late? The planner looks at Catherine over his slouched shoulder. Later than usual. Sorry to bother you. Planner nods and says nothing. Alright. Up. Up. Doing a lot of stairwell running. Exit sign casts an obscure red glow over the area. Ahead is a steel door with a panic bar is mounted to the wall. Beside it is a magnetic card reader. Catherine scans the ID badge and pushes open the door. Catherine steps through the door into the cool winter air above City Hall. Need to sit for a moment. Of course. Dallas gestures to a nearby air conditioning unit. Let's sit. Getting too old for this. Running around like this on my 49th birthday. What a life. Birthday? Today's your birthday? Today is my birthday. At least it's memorable. Question there. You alright? Fine, just need to breathe for a minute. That was strange. Never be normal with super. Always gotta be something like this. So why keep doing it? I don't know. Dallas lifts his hand in resignation. There's not much else, really. Not anymore. What would you rather be doing? What I'd like to do is be home with my daughter and my grandchild. Where's home? Holly Grove, right near the canal. They started staying with me a few months back. They liven up the place. Kids do that. You got any? Son and a daughter, 2 years apart. Still at home? My younger one. Can't get him out of the house. My daughter, she doesn't want anything to do with me. Thought maybe when I was diagnosed she'd come around, but she never did. Catherine looks toward the westbound traffic. Is that the Superdome over there? Just noticed. No, she never did. Hurts to be dropped like that. Sometimes it hurts worse the more time passes. I just know I won't see her before I die, and that, it does. It does hurt. It hurts, and then you die. The two of them laugh. It's not all bad. I just hope there's something on the other side. There is. I know there is. The ones I hurt and left behind, I'll see them there. I'll get to apologize. Amen. Let me ask you the same question you asked me. Why keep doing this? Not a lot of runners our age. Long story. It's my first time on the app, but things have been interesting for a while now. Tried to have a straight job once upon a time, but that didn't last too long. Yeah, why not? Let's just say I lied on my resume. Nearly everyone you meet has a story like that in this line of work. Nothing special about me, then. I wouldn't say that. That old man in the ditch thinks you're special. Let him think it. So you figured this last sculpture is around here somewhere? It's right in front of us, I think. Said something about it being in the sky. It is the Superdome. Silly Jimmy's Superdome. Changed it again? What was it before? Pearl Dish Soap Superdome. Handsome Burger Superdome. I don't know. I lost track. Distant traffic glides across the Mississippi River along the Crescent City connection. There's the device, I think. How do we go up and down with this? Oh, here we go. Whoops. Just head bobbing. There we go. Third reading from the Apocryphon of Kenner John. New Orleans is a pit, and Garrett's stuck in it. New Orleans is the lowest world. A messenger visits John, tells him about the early faithful now living in the cavities of the Martian moons, tells him there's a way to commune with them through the Adamic language of angels and spellcasters and others who know God's mind. There is a chrism, a fluid that John must imbibe. It's in an egg that floats in the sky. John is blessed with a plan to escape the low world's reach. The Garretts must build a spacefaring ark, a vessel with which to leave this earth. Having imbibed the chrism, John may ascend beyond the distortion of the low world and listen for the twilight language. Two Garretts work together at Stennis. Hey! Whoa! John appoints them to oversee the task. They soon find other engineers sympathetic to their plan. The Garretts labor for 504 days, and in that time the ark is complete. All that remains is the egg which holds the chrism to know God's mind. Is that it? We found all three. Let's go ask the kids at the mall. No recording device, though. A shame. Don't know what this game is, but you're intrigued. This is Norco, and I've been intrigued by it by a very long time because of its fascinating setting. It is sort of like a cyberpunky mystery visual novel type of game with some light puzzly elements to it, and I am loving it so far. I think we just catch a ride back over to the mall now. Yeah. Holly Grove. Can I afford to stop in at Holly Grove and then go to the mall? Yes, but barely. I'm kind of curious as to like what's over there. Make a save. Oh, I can't. Alright, Holly Grove it is. Love this house. It's my daddy's, but I'll be damned if it isn't cursed. Every time I get a little money in the bank, the place floods again. Car flooded last summer when the pumping station went down, ruined the transmission. City said they'd send me a check, still waiting on it. I'm borrowing my daughter's car in the meantime. Do you happen to have a recording device in your home, sir? Y'all save me any pizza? Austin tore through 2 boxes and he's still hungry. I'll pick up something when I knock off. It'll be morning by then. I'll bring bagels. Look at my grandchild always playing games. I don't mind as long as he keeps his grades up. What's in the box? That wasn't there this morning. You got the TV muted, buddy. Mom's studying. See? Marfa grins wide. Kid of the year. It's the birthday boy. How's it over here, kiddo? Fine, homework. Austin's sick. You sick, Austin? Yes, sir. Why all this, sir? His dad makes him say that now. Does he know about manners? So it's bad, then, that he wants to teach my child respect? Alice waves the comment away. I'm not sir, all right, Austin. I'm your pops. Yes, sir. Knew you were gonna say that. We got you a little something for your birthday. It's under the tree. Oh, come on, I told you. It's small, trust me. Well, let me go see what it is. Would you look at this? A new tie. Oh, look, this has a little joy on his necktie. Cute. Really? What do you think? Austin picked it out. Austin, I love it, buddy. Mom said you needed a new tie. We got it at the dollar store. Pops doesn't need to know that, Austin. Oh. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. This is the best tie I've ever seen. Your Pops can't wait to show it off. Love you, little man. Love you, Pops. Now that's music to my ears. How wholesome and heartwarming. Tie looks great on you, Dad. Well, that's nice, but it doesn't solve my, my issue. I don't know where else I could go. Downtown, St. Somewheres. Eagle Wholesale didn't seem to have anything. I mean, the mall's gotta be. Text message received. Catherine, we will send an advance to your wallet in order for you to complete the mission, but please do not waste our time. Okay. That takes care of my monetary issue. Is this guy talking to me again yet? Yeah, he's still mad. Leave that man alone. We're pals. Yeah. Record it if you're in so much trouble. Hang on to it. Yeah. I don't know how to record things. My phone doesn't have a recording app. Well. Let's go back to here. Where'd they go? Where did they go? Why don't we just waste our time? We have to get in here. Only one option comes to mind. Oh, ditch man. Afraid so. Well, that's... okay. All the puzzle solving for nothing. Hello, Paul. We need your boat. Oh, his face is pure glee. How wonderful! A boat ride into John's skull. We'll live inside it. Calm down, keep your distance, lower your voice. We need the boat, not you. The mall, John's skull. The boat is just a little further down the canal. Let us go and visit the sanctum of the Garrets. Oh. That was the end of her segment. And then, can I save here? Yeah, let's make a save here. It's getting a little late. And we're pushing the 4-hour mark. And I can feel my throat getting a little raspy. That's not bad endurance, though. I feel like reading aloud for nearly 4 straight hours. Not terrible. You ever save your game over and over, back to back, on a paranoid? Man, this game is cool. Very cool. I like it quite a bit. But it is getting late, so I'm gonna have to run for tonight. And maybe if I can get started a little earlier, we can get back to it tomorrow. I don't know exactly how long it is. I'm assuming it's like gonna be a 2 or a 3 sitting type of thing. But anyway, thanks for hanging out and watching. Hope you all enjoyed this a random look at a different game here. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did, though. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll see you again then. Have a good rest of your evening. Bye, everybody.